apologize for leaving us alone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm back though. I'm back. Kind of.
From 19 just subscribed for 69 months.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, I'm still vibing a moment. You guys get comfy.
Kapira just subscribed for 90 months.
And
900 days, holy moly.
You get comfy. I'll be mute a little bit longer. Just warming up. Warming up.
Dragnov just subscribed for 50 months. Welcome back. Zakiel Crow just subscribed with Prime. Gachi roll.
Wait, let me give you some water pouring ASMR. You ready? In case you needed to pee. I'm helping you out. Ninja stream just like last time? What do you mean ninja? I announced it like 20 times. To be fair, only yesterday. I didn't give a very long heads up, I suppose. But yeah, I mean better than nothing, right? Oh, I'm so nervous actually, oh my god. Why am I so nervous? I hope I get used to it. I need to get used to streaming again. I feel like
just subscribed with Prime.
I feel like I've never streamed. That's true, it has been a little bit of a long time. It's true, it's true. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Bananian99 just subscribed.
Thank you guys so much for subbing.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Wait, that's my stream announcement, wasn't it? I'm nervous, chat. Your presence makes me nervous. I feel like I forgot how this whole thing works. But it's okay. It's fine. Could any of you guys please check if my Twitter stream is live? Is it working? I tried to set up multi-streaming, but I'm not sure if it worked out. I think it did. I would also be nervous around myself. Wait, for what reason specifically? Okay, I won't drag it out for too long. I will make the starting screen much longer than this.
Zero Riddle 4 just subscribed with Prime.
Since I already arrived a little bit late. Intentionally, to be fair. Intentionally. But, yeah, I don't know how many of you guys forgot what I look like. Or apparently sound like. Yesterday I posted a video on Instagram and people were messaging me and they're like, Yuli, I forgot what your voice sounds like. This was like a bit of a shock, suddenly hearing you out of nowhere. Okay, as per old tradition, let me pull you in real close. Hello. Hello, chat. Hello. Hello. I'm wide. I'm wide. Hello. Okay, now oh. Oh. Okay. I mean. Okay, you're too close. You're too close. Okay, give me a moment. I need to like settle. I need to get used to this.
Cathy999 _ just subscribed for 30 months.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you all for sticking. Ooh. For sticking with me even when I left you, abandoned you for a whole 4 months. You know, I had planned on like 2. But 1 month turned into 2 months, and only 2 months turned into 4 months. But you know, good news though. What was that? Did my phone just talk to me? Oh, I don't know what that was. I'll get the ears in a second. But yeah, good news is I have collected so many stories. I have collected so many new revelations and wisdoms that I can't wait to share with you. So I think that's gonna be really fun. But throughout this stream today, we'll just take our time, get to know each other again, since we grew apart a little bit. But it's nothing that can't be fixed. We can reconnect again. I hope. If you're open to that. But yeah. I'm planning to do like let's say 2 to 3 hour stream today, possibly, unless the yapping gets extended, then I'm open to that too. But let's just say like 2-3 hours. And before we do anything else, just to get it out of the way, I want to let you guys know that no, I will not disappear again after this stream. I know it's a little bit of a pattern. I know it's been a little bit of a pattern. However, I did have time to gather, to collect, to reflect. And honestly, it was really, really good. It did me so good. I'm so happy I went on that break. So yeah, all that to say that I plan to stream regularly. I already have the next stream planned, which is going to be Tuesday.
Gaming just subscribed for 81
thank
months.
you. So please put that in your calendar as well. Likely around the same time as today, 6, 7, 6. Yeah. Oh well, more like 5, 6, to be honest. Yeah, okay, let me go get the cat ears, since somebody just redeemed those. 1 second. Let me get the ears. We're off to a strong start. Just got here and I'm already dressing up. You know how long I haven't worn those? Take a guess. Take a good guess. It's been 4 months. But yeah, today's stream. Today's stream, we are just going to chat.
Sean just subscribed for 28
thank you.
months.
Thank you all so
Welcome
much
back.
thank you so much for resubbing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to go through all the individual subscribers. I think that would be maybe a little bit disruptive. But thank you so much. I see every single one. So thank you all. Especially like some of you guys have been subscribed for so long. 102 months. I mean, Cyril, what is that? 102?
Bruito77 just subscribed.
Thank you,
for 11
Bru.
months.
Thank you. But yeah, so first of all, well, kind of second of all, I think I already said first of all, but I have set up multi-streams. I hope they all work. I'd hope so, yeah. I don't know if they do. If they don't, please let me know. But you can kind of pick where you'd prefer to watch. I don't think anybody watches streams on X Twitter. But if you do, then it's there. And I'm also streaming to YouTube at the moment. So the idea is to have the VODs on my YouTube channel. Fansly don't have that. But I did hear there was like some viral discussion about how people, like some streamers were moving to Fansly. But I didn't really follow that. I don't know what was happening there. But I think there was like a short discourse on Twitter about how they have like live streaming on there, which I didn't know. And the discussion was about specifically how the cuts are like good for streamers. But the downside is that the people that aren't maybe, I mean, I've never been to the site, I don't know what it looks like, but I think it's a competitor to the other site, right? The other blue site. And for streamers that don't make that kind of content, they would be exposing. I mean, I don't know if exposing is the right word, but let's just use exposing.
Subscribed with Prime. Welcome back.
exposing their audience to that sort of content, right? Even if they don't create that type of content themselves. So yeah, but again, I don't know what it's what kind of site it truly is. Anyway, is there any way we can redeem Olga comeback? Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Okay, chat. First, I said like first level 10 times today. Okay, you have to give me some grace. I have not talked to anyone in 4 months. Okay, that's not true. But I haven't talked to myself and to you in a long time. So I need to kind of get back into structuring sentences properly again. But yeah, so for today, I thought we could sort of talk a little bit about what happened in the last 4 months, why I was gone for so long, what I did in those 4 months, what changed during those 4 months, which is truly a lot. And I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like you can probably tell if you watched my content in any type of way until now. You can probably feel that I am significantly happier.
Victor, just subscribed for 25 months.
Yeah, I feel
Nice
a lot
to
less
see you
miserable. So that's great. A lot less drowning in depression. And we can talk about why. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, I have a hair in my eye. The downsides to having fluffy cats. There are not many, but the hairs are one of them. You haven't played League for 4 months? It has been longer, actually. I think. I don't remember the last time I played League, but I've been playing League very for a long time. Even when I was playing it so incredibly on and off, where I would just play like a game or two every 2 weeks. You know, like I was playing so little that it probably didn't even count how little I was playing. But today being the sort of talking stream, catching up with you guys stream, and then on Tuesday, which is the next stream I have planned, now that you mentioned it, we're actually going to do some League. And the reason for that, why I want to do that, is because one, I kind of want to. I just want to. But two, I think it would be kind of fun to get back into League after not having played it in so long, and kind of start, like I will be starting kind of from I'll be like a newbie. Like I don't even know what's going on in that game anymore. I'm not familiar with most of the new champions. I saw there's like some like new thing coming. So the season, whatever, did it already come? I don't know. But there's like a new season. Like I said, I haven't really been super in the loop, but I kind of want to get into it again a little bit. But from a more like from a different perspective a little bit, you know? Yeah. But in any case, that's for Tuesday. So if you like League of Legends gameplay, write it down. In the mindful way, exactly. League of Legends in the mindful way. I'll be like the monk of League of Legends. Nothing will shake me. Nothing will hurt me. Even if I end up in bronze, which I did, I think. Last season I played. I think I played my placements, and then didn't play after the placements, and I think I was placed in like silver or something. So I think, but yeah. Well, I don't even know, like if I were to play and try to be good, if I truly wanted to, I don't even know like how far I could get. Maybe I'd be just hard stuck silver. Who knows? But that is for some of us to find out. Also, since I'm already giving you a little bit of a plan rundown what we'll be doing, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, some of you might actually know her. Her name is Lisa. She has been a friend of mine for a long time, and she has been on my stream in the past as well. But Lisa is coming to visit me, and we are going to travel. She's gonna stay with me for 3 days. Blackpink Lisa, exactly, yes, that Lisa. And we're going to travel the Netherlands a little bit. So maybe like Amsterdam or something. I have never been to Amsterdam, by the way, so it's about time. Hello Vina, I'm good, I'm really good actually. Yeah, and I was thinking we could do like an IRL stream while she's here. I'll still have to look into how to and stuff, but that is also something I would like to do. No full promises, but if I can sort of, you know, figure it out when it comes to the technological side of things specifically, yeah, then we'll do a little Netherlands IRL traveling, walking around stream. And then another little heads up, I'll be going to Georgia at the start of next month to visit family. So like my father and my brothers. There I might also stream, maybe. We'll see, depending on like my internet and stuff. Again, it's mostly down to like how possible it is. But if it is possible, I'd love to do it. Also, I was really truly debating if I should cancel the trip or not, because I was genuinely thinking that I could get like stuck there or something. Because it's like, if you know where Georgia is, not like the American Georgia, but the Georgia between like below Russia, you know, there's Russia and then there's Georgia, and then below that somewhere is like Iran, and then like Ukraine and stuff is like, so it's basically like in the middle of two sort of conflict zones. So it was like a bit like, I wasn't sure if it would be if it's like safe to go, but my father reassured me, and I haven't seen him in a long time, so I don't know. If my plane crashes, Chad, I hope you'll miss me. But then again, you'll at least be used to the fact that I don't show up. But no, we're changing that. I'm showing up now. I'm somebody that shows up now. I manifested it for a whole 4 months, okay? I manifested it. But yeah, it's a bit scary these days to be traveling. I don't know. I'm usually the type to be kind of very risk-taking. Not saying that's a risk, but generally I'm like, oh, YOLO, we just go. Jumping out of plane, YOLO, just go. Probably gonna be fun. But now I'm like a little bit, yeah, a little bit like holding back and feeling like a bit unsure if it's fine. But it is probably fine. I don't know how you guys would feel in my shoes in that regard. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I feel like nowadays I wouldn't even be surprised if somebody just dropped a nuke. I'd be like, oh, wow, oh, okay. But let's not go there. We have positive topics and thoughts, of course. Hello, Crotch. Hello. Crotch. That's a peculiar name. We'll just assume you're running late to the stream. Oh wait, you're watching on YouTube stuff. Interesting. Hi, Coffee. Hello. Okay, chat. What should we talk about first? If you looked at my YouTube stream right now, I was like thinking, what's a nice like YouTube title that sounds like kind of YouTube-y, you know? Because if you are in a particular platform, I feel like every platform has a little bit of a different culture. So on Twitch, my titles are kind of really casual, like really caps. And then on Twitter, it's different as well. And then on YouTube, my stream title is, I'm not gonna look it up, I think I remember. It's like Burnout, Anhedonia, and the current state of live streaming. And I would love to talk about that actually. Buzzwords, well, I suppose because it's a caption, right? But I didn't just pick them because they're buzzwords. I took them or wrote them because that's how I felt. Maybe I didn't like really realize it in the moment so much. But now I feel a tremendous difference to what is Anhedonia? Dude, when I wrote this, I was like, half of chat is probably not gonna know what Anhedonia is. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly in English. Anhedonia. Okay, let me first tell you what Anhedonia is. Does somebody in chat know? Raise your hand if you know the meaning of Anhedonia. You'll get a pet if you know. I'll pet your head. Hmm? Okay, sword nose, let's go. What does it mean? Hmm? Unfortunately, oh. Boredom maxing, basically. No, that's not how I would define it. I think you mean the right thing, but I don't think personally. Exactly, inability to feel joy. That's the meaning of anhedonia. And in retrospect, I truly feel that that's how I felt for many years. Truly, like for the last 2, 3, 4, maybe 4, for a long time, to the point where I kind of started to feel normal, like kind of like, oh, that's just how it is. You just stop enjoying anything and everything. Turns out that is not how it is, which is great because that means that you can come back from it, because I think it's not an uncommon feeling these days. I would guess that maybe a couple people in chats have experienced a similar feeling or are experiencing a similar feeling. But yeah, I'm just here to tell you that it can go away. So that's very reassuring. I thought that's just depression. I think anhedonia goes hand in hand with depression, but I think, and I'm just like, I don't actually know, but what I would
Matt
the way
Clem just
I would
subscribed for 44 months.
think about it. Thank you. The way I would think about it is that you can be not clinically depressed and still feel anhedonia. That is what I think, at least. But I think if you are clinically depressed, you're very likely to have anhedonia. I think that's like one of the ways to get diagnosed, right? If you lose joy in everything. There's no joy left in the world. That's not true. That is not true. But I understand why it's easy to feel that way, because I feel like I felt that way. 70% of people with depression have it. Oh, interesting. Is that like an official stat? That's why I haven't felt warmth, pride, and childlike joy in years. I think I have that. Yeah. I think in the current day and age, I feel like it's kind of a common thing to have. I think a big reason for that is the extreme dopamine frying that we're being put through every single day, and the sort of misery. Gooning. Oh, gooning is also, yeah, I could see how gooning could, I mean, that is also part of like the dopamine, right? Dopamine frying yourself. There's no joy in the world since phonetics stopped winning. Oh. As anhedonia when you don't laugh at 6'7". Could be. Maybe. I've just recently learned that listening to a lot of music can have bad effects like that. So, oh, really? Oh. I wonder why or how that mechanism works. I'm not the type to listen to a lot of music, so I wouldn't know. I usually just have it like on a little bit from time to time when I want to like jam or relax or something, but not. Some people, they have music on all the time, and they don't like being in silence. But then for me, it's the opposite. I feel annoyed by music often. I feel like it distracts me. We live in an age where we no longer have to worry about stuff like famine and plagues, so we are left in our own mind, and turns out that sucks worse than those disasters.
Sapphires 97 just
That's a bold
subscribed
claim.
for 30 months.
Thank you,
It's good
Sav.
to see you back.
Thank you. Likewise. Well, there's a lot to unpack in that message. Let's see. I did watch a podcast recently about how we evolved.
Signs 101 just
Thank you.
subscribed
Thank
with
you,
Prime.
Signs.
Welcome
Thank you so
back.
much. We evolved as humans, and most animals in general in nature, evolved to exist in scarcity, right? That's how our biology works, pretty much. For centuries, we would live pretty scarce lives, right? An easy example for that would be food, right? Food would be pretty scarce, and then if you get your hands on like some really nice food, and it's like, oh, dopamine, neural receptors firing, super excited to eat like some sugar cane. But now we live in a lot more abundance than our ancestors did, right? And to the points where we are not adapted and evolved to handle that abundance. So it can also be a negative in that sense. I mean, an easy example for that would again be actually, I don't know if that's a correct example. Maybe it's a bad example. Like the first thing that crossed my mind was how humans are pretty susceptible to like fats and sugars and stuff, right? Because they're like so satisfying for our brain. And again, sugar, fat, protein is something that was very scarce in nature. So whenever you would get it, it would be very valuable to like shove as much into your mouth as you could, right? But now that's like getting high calorie foods is in most parts of the world not so scarce anymore, right? And your brain though hasn't adapted yet, so you still shove it in your mouth, and then some people end up getting very obese from doing that, right? Especially with like how certain foods are manufactured specifically to be very addicting and to kind of abuse those mechanisms in the human mind and brain. And the same is true for algorithms these days, right? For social media, like anything that's consumption basically. But yeah, I think actually now that I mentioned food, I would like to talk about that a little bit, because since our topic for today's stream is, you know, like all these mental topics like anhedonia, which we learned what it means now, right? The loss of joy in everything in life, or things that you used to enjoy in the past. And burnout, of course. Another thing that I didn't realize has an immense impact on my well-being, like mental well-being, is food. And I don't know how do you guys usually eat? Would you say you eat healthy?
Subscribed for 65 months.
Thank you.
Lily, glad to have you back.
Likewise.
For dir geht es gut.
Ja, mir geht es gut. Sehr gut. Dankeschön, komm zurück. Okay, chat, tell me, do you guys eat healthy? Like, you know, objectively. Do you think other people would say you eat healthy? Or like kind of just normal? Or like straight up unhealthy? I eat anything and everything. Oh, well, it's good that your body can handle that. I guess. Okay. Wait, Happy, for some reason I did not expect that. You strike me as a ramen eater. Compared to the general population. Oh yeah, Grandma, you post pictures of the food you cook on Discord. I think it usually looks pretty good. I have chronic gut treat. What is that? I must eat kind of healthy, but I eat some sweets here and there. And then you pay for it. Yeah, I relate. I understand. Cookies are healthy? Can be. Depends on the cookie. But store-bought ones, most likely not. Not really. I love chocolate too much. Okay, chocolate is not unhealthy though. I really recommend the 90% cocoa chocolate from Lindt. It's really tasty. It's really, really tasty. That's the one I've been eating recently. Okay, so overall it looks like chat is pretty healthy. With the exception of the monster goblins. Monster being the energy drink. Ad? Wait, ad? For what? Oh, the mint chocolate. Not an ad, but I would accept a sponsorship. Yes. But yeah, no, it's a good chocolate. But it is more expensive. But the way I eat it, at least, I always just eat like one square, and I only buy it on sale. Hello, what's up? So now that we initiated the food topic, the reason I'm bringing that up is in connection with the mentioned burnouts and anhedonia I was feeling. I was just permanently in pain, like genuinely actually in pain, and I wasn't really sure what was causing it. I was just like, okay, I guess I'm not moving that much, right? Like, but also like I'm not moving that little. Like I know people that have a very stationary lifestyle that don't feel as much pain, but I was like chronically, constantly in physical pain. And the way to describe it is basically that I always had like a stinging soreness in my, like, the base of my skull, like here at the nape of my neck, and then in my neck, in my back, in my legs, in my, like, everywhere fucking hurt. In my chest, like here, in the center of my chest. And then the most annoying one was every time I would turn my head. Okay, it hurt to turn my head. So just really this, just doing that hurt. And I knew somebody was gonna mention age. I don't think that amount of pain should be normal at for another 40 years. But yeah, okay, I'm over-exaggerating a little bit. But essentially, I was in pain. And as you can imagine, being in pain is a little bit miserable. Like kind of ruins your mood a little bit, yeah. But again, I was just like, okay, maybe that's just what it is. Like maybe I'll just be in pain, that's what it is. And then on top of being in pain all the time, I was also tired all the fucking time. Like I would sleep 10 hours, wake up tired, feel like I need to nap in the middle of the day. I don't know, I was just constantly tired, constantly, I don't know, not feeling like doing anything. But then I came to the decision. I was like, okay, I have never like truly eaten a very unhealthy diet in my life, I think. But like the unhealthiest I ate was right before my like turnaround, before I changed it up. And during that time I was drinking a lot of milk and like eating a bunch of ramen and stuff. I was not inflammation maxing, exactly. Thank you for putting it so well into words. I was inflammation maxing. So then from one day to another, I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna turbo restrict my diet. Like turbo restrict my diet. Reason being, I mentioned it a couple times on stream here and there, but I have 2 autoimmune conditions. One is my thyroid, and another one is where I get rashes and like inflamed joints and stuff. And I think I always kind of knew in terms of how food affects people, obviously all people, but especially people that have autoimmune diseases. And arthritis, your age is showing up. Stop bullying me. Yeah, I have Hashimoto, yeah, exactly. So again, nutrition being something that affects everyone, right? But there are people, and I'm sure you know people, you might be those people, that can kind of eat anything, do anything, and feel good and be healthy. Like, not the case for me. Unfortunately, not the case for me. I have to actually, turns out, be very careful with the things I eat and drink. I don't know, chat, do you guys think you can kind of eat anything and it doesn't really matter? What do you think for your case? Oh, I just realized I forgot to take my vitamin D. Can you guys remind me? Can you remind me? Wait, I'm gonna write it down actually. Have a little vitamin D. Totally not. I have Hashimoto too, and I don't know how to change my diet. It's so hard. It is very hard. Unfortunately, it is very hard. But one of the reasons I feel a lot better, like so much better. I genuinely feel like I suddenly became a human. It felt like I was constantly sort of trying to function, and a lot of the energy I had constantly went into just trying to like be normal and do normal things. And I would struggle, like I would take a shower, do grocery shopping, and then I would be like spent for the rest of the day. I was just like, okay, I have no power in me. And then anything I would do beyond that would just feel like I have to really push myself. And it sounds so silly, right? It sounds like, what do you mean like showers are exhausting? But I don't know. And okay, hold on, I'll catch up on chat real quick and then I'll continue. Exactly 1 year ago, I ate eggs every other morning. 2 to 3 months later, I got diagnosed with literally max allergy to eggs. What? Holy shit! No way! How did you feel after eating eggs as somebody that has an egg allergy? That is crazy. That's crazy. Speaking of that, Iron Mouse and Connor adventure of Cyclothon 5 finished and they collected 1.4 mil. Damn, like Iron Mouse has been donation maxing. Like charity maxing, not donation maxing, charity maxing. I don't know how much she has like gathered for charities now, but it must be a tremendous amount. I ate something with eggs, my throat started closing, burning, was tough to breathe. And you know what? I'll give you grace because sometimes, especially with food, it's really hard. First of all, if food is causing the reaction, and second of all, which food is causing the reaction. Like sometimes obviously you don't eat just eggs in a day, right? So you can't like just pinpoint it to that one thing. What did you cut out of your diet? Let me get to it. So from one day to the next, I was just like, I can't do this no more. I think I maybe watched a video or something. I don't remember. Oh, I do actually remember. I saw a video which was a clip of a streamer, and the streamer was talking about how without her chat, she would not know that she was poisoning herself by drinking tea. And I was like, wait, what do you mean poisoning yourself by drinking tea? Like, what's wrong with tea? Turns out she was exclusively drinking black tea. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. Black tea was her only form of hydration. Only black tea. And I heard that and I was like, okay. I mean, caffeine, that's like what I first thought. It's like, oh, I guess the caffeine in it could be an issue. But I went to like look it up and I'm like, what's wrong with drinking black tea all day, every day? Turns out that certain teas and also other drinks like coffee, like matcha and such, can interfere with your body's ability to absorb certain minerals. And I stopped having coffee after meals. For at least 30 minutes after meals, I won't have coffee because it inhibits your iron absorption from meals. And I think many people don't know that, and I didn't know that because it's so common to have like a meal and then go like, oh, let's have a little coffee with a sweet, like with a little treat. It's very, very common, but I believe, if I recall correctly, having a coffee after a meal can inhibit your iron absorption up to 60%. That's a myth. It's not. It's true. Fact check me. Fact check me. But yeah, if you drink, tea, coffee only exclusively, then that can cause you to become anemic and such. So that was like the trigger. I suppose when I saw that clip, I was like, wait, that's very interesting, first of all. And then I went like on a little research spree, and like one thing led to another, and it kind of jumped down like a rabbit hole, you could say, about food and how it affects people. And then again, I, as somebody that has 2 autoimmune conditions, am more affected by you know, how food affects how food well, is reflected and accepted in my body, and specifically with the connection to inflammation, right? So for those of you that don't know, essentially autoimmune conditions are your immune system attacking your body, right? That's basically the gist of it, to put it very like simply. And your immune system, depending on the autoimmune condition, will attack different parts of your body. In my case, it's my thyroid, which makes hormones, and the thyroid basically breaking down slows down the conversion of the hormones, and can lead to like drowsiness, sleepiness, little energy. A lot of people that have hypothyroidism tend to be overweight as well, and it's quite common to lose hair and such. Just basically your body just sucks at functioning, to put it bluntly. And then the other one attacks my skin and my my joints and whatever. And the realization I came to is that nutrition has like one of the biggest effects on the inflammation and why the inflammation happens. So for example, something I didn't know for my entire life, even though I did know I had the thyroid condition, no doctor ever fucking told me. I don't know, I feel like they should tell you that. I feel like that would be kind of relevant. But for people that have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto, which like doesn't always go hand in hand but often does, you are not supposed to eat a lot of iodine. I didn't know that. I was eating kelp. Like kelp was fucking dope. Get me some kelp. But iodine, it disrupts your thyroid function with Hashimoto because it's, I don't know the technicalities of it, so don't quote me on it, but your thyroid does need iodine to function, which is like kind of the confusing part. But then if you have too much iodine, your immune system doesn't like it, and then it goes fucking punch your thyroid. So you have to have it in like small amounts. Like you can have it from time to time, but eating sushi every day, for example, that is wrapped in like seaweed, is not a good idea for people that have that type of condition. Another thing that I learned is that gluten, not for everybody, but quite commonly is associated with more immune activity towards the thyroid as well. So if you eat a really gluten-heavy diet, your immune system might... Okay, let me put my nerd glasses on. There's this thing called molecular mimicry. Okay, have you guys heard about molecular mimicry? Essentially, it's when you have a like the little hormones that your body makes, right? They have like a certain shape. They look like a certain way. They're just vibing, chilling, floating around. And then there's gluten. You eat gluten, and the little gluten molecules are kind of similar to your little hormone molecules. They go, they're kind of similar. And that is called molecular mimicry. And your immune system can be a little bit silly sometimes. And it gets confused. And it wants to punch the gluten, right? Like maybe it doesn't like gluten, maybe you're sensitive to gluten, and your immune system punches it. Often for, I might be misinforming here a little bit, so fact check me when I say something wrong, because I'm not a doctor. But based on like what I was reading and such, let's say you have a leaky gut. Okay, you have like a little bit of a fucked up gut for whatever reason. Maybe you eat really unhealthy, maybe you eat foods that cause a bad reaction. Whatever it is, you have a leaky gut. Leaky gut meaning that when you eat certain foods, tiny parts get through and go into your bloodstream, even though they're not meant to. And because they're not meant to, your immune system obviously flags that, right? Your immune system goes, oh, that's fucked up, let's get rid of that. And then if there's like a little bit of gluten floating around, your immune system comes in to punch it out of the way, and it's gone. Your immune system then goes like, oh, there's more up there! Because of the molecular mimicry, where the throat hormones, the thyroid hormones are similar to the gluten guys. So your body goes and fucks over your thyroid as well. But yeah, I hope I'm not explaining this wrong. I should probably have looked it up a little bit more thoroughly because before I decided to talk about it on stream. But at least like you get the rough idea. So I decided to stop eating gluten, essentially, to put it plainly. And I also stopped eating dairy and drinking dairy. So I haven't had any gluten, any dairy, and no processed foods for how long? I don't know, like over a month and some like 5 weeks or something like that. I've been eating so healthy. I've been eating incredibly healthy. I do miss yogurt a lot. Greek yogurt is something that I would. No pizza, no pizza. Pizza is like the combination of all the things I'm not supposed to eat. Oh, I also don't eat nightshades, which apparently a lot of people with autoimmune conditions are also very sensitive to nightshades. As you can tell, there are a lot of things that I don't eat at the moment, which, you know, now as somebody that just ate whatever, like I ate anything and everything in the past, it's kind of strange not eating those things anymore. But now I also understand why some people go on carnivore diets, because at some point there's so little that you can eat, where just like you're left with like meat and egg and butter. I do still have butter, but I don't know, does that count as dairy? Yes, it does, huh? You should try pizza without the cheese. And without the dough, you mean? And without the processed sausage. There's nothing on the pizza that I can eat. I can't even eat tomato. Too much meat is also bad. Too much of anything is bad. Yeah. Have you tried replacing yogurt with plant-based yogurt? No. But I... See, the thing is that I do miss Greek yogurt, but it's the Greek yogurt that I miss, not a replacement of it, you know? Are you aware yet of Brian Johnson's Don't Die movement? Of course, it's so mainstream, isn't it? Basically, people going out their way to do exactly this despite having no conditions. It's just literally the best way to live. Oh, I mean, I can see that being the case with processed foods. I don't think those are good for anyone, to be honest. But if you don't struggle with dairy, for example, I'm sure there's benefits to having it, right? Like Greek yogurt has lots of great little bacteria for your gut, like healthy bacteria, since it's fermented. And milk, I think, has lots of calcium and whatnot. But I don't know, gluten, I think, like things that, like wheat essentially, right? I think has also lots of healthy compounds if you do tolerate it. Also, I realized that there was this one thing that I've been so confused with for a long time, where I would feel itchy, just randomly, like my body would just be itchy, like all over, no reason, just itchy, all the time itchy. And I didn't understand, my eyes would tear, my nose would be runny, and I did not understand for years. I was so like confused by it. And I thought, okay, maybe it's my cats. Like, my cats have a lot of hair. Their hair is like kind of everywhere, right? So maybe it's just like the hairs that are irritating. But recently I found out about like histamine intolerance, and then I was like, oh. And I looked into it and use more shampoo. What? I'm clean, okay? It's not, that was not the... Histamine is a rough one. Chat, do you guys need me to explain what histamine is to my ability? You are Icho. Yeah. Yes, please. Okay. Histamine. Okay, wait, I don't know. Hold on. Let me do a little Google real quick before I start talking. 1 second. Okay, if any of you guys have an allergy, you might be familiar with what histamines are, right? Potentially. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this out loud before I... So histamine is a chemical signaling compound that is released by the immune system that acts as a defender against allergens and harmful substances. It causes allergic symptoms like sneezing, itching, swelling, blah 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 blah. So that's the histamine that your body has, because your cells, your mast cells, have histamine. Like, they hold histamine. I recently kind of I didn't know what mast cells are like 2 weeks ago, and then I looked into it because it came up in my research. And mast cells, the way I imagine them, they are in the organs that are your organs that are between you and the world, right? Like, they're basically the ones that are closest to the outside world, aka your skin. Like, your skin, for example, has a lot of mast cells. And okay, wait. Hold on. Mast cells. I feel like it's so hard to describe these things. Okay, so mast cells are vital tissue resident immune cells originating from bone marrow. What? I didn't know that. That protect the body against pathogens, toxins, and venom, blah 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 blah, by releasing granules containing mediators like histamine and other things. So mast cells hold histamine. Food can also contain histamine. So some histamine-rich foods. What is this stream, by the way? What does this turn into? Some histamine-rich foods are tomatoes. Actually, are they rich or liberators? Tomato. Are tomatoes rich in histamine? I think they are rich in it. Yeah, they're high in this histamine. So there's a difference. There are some foods that have a lot of histamine, and then there are some foods that really, like, when you have them, they're called histamine liberators, and they cause your body to release histamine, the histamine in your cells. So basically, to simplify it, is that if you are sensitive to histamines, you will experience symptoms such as itching, a runny nose, even if you're not allergic. And the way I was explained how histamine tolerance works is essentially that's like, you can imagine it like a bucket, and for some people that bucket doesn't drain very well, and the way histamine is drained, your body can process, like drain histamine out of your gut, which it does with DAO enzymes. Okay, this is like, I'm going like a little bit too deep into it, am I not? But there's an enzyme in your gut that helps your body break down histamine and does not cause these sort of uncomfortable symptoms like itching, like a runny nose, and so on. And in some people, their body is not so good at breaking down histamine for whatever reason, right? And also, fun fact, if you have coffee inhibits the creation of the DOA enzyme. It kind of like docks to it, so your body struggles more with like getting rid of the histamine. I don't understand. Am I not doing a good job explaining? I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Wait, alcohol also, by the way, inhibits your DAO enzyme for like 24 hours, like a really long time. But yeah, I kind of realized, I started paying attention to which foods make me feel what way. And I started like writing a food diary and all that. So I would write exactly what I ate, how I felt after, how I felt during and whatever. And then I realized every time I had histamine rich foods or liberators, I would always get a runny nose and runny, like my eyes would tear up. And I was like, oh, that's really strange. And then I cut down on like histamine foods. I can still have them. It's not something I remove from my diet. But when I don't have so much of them, because again, imagine histamine is like a bucket in your body, like it gets drained, but if it overflows, then you start feeling uncomfortable. So shouldn't have too much of it. And some foods that have a lot of histamine are foods such as, you know, processed foods. Oh no, sorry, not processed foods. Fermented foods. Fermented foods like sauerkrauts, yogurts, miso, soy, I think. Soy sauce, I think, is fermented as well. I do get random itches and my nose gets runny when I eat sometimes. Might want to look into it then. I mean, obviously I don't want to diagnose you guys. I'm not in a place to do that. But what I noticed with myself is that just being kind of observing as I eat and being like more mindful instead of just kind of shoving food into my mouth. Hello Ekas, what's up? Helps me understand how certain foods make me feel. Yeah, and also for me, unfortunately, I don't know why, but I'm like so sensitive to like everything and anything, where like I'm also sensitive when I apply certain, like I get histamine reactions if I wear certain makeups and such. So actually yesterday I wore makeup because I was taking like some pictures, and I don't wear makeup much in day-to-day life. So yeah, it was the first time in a long time that I wore makeup. And then when I washed my face at night and went to bed, suddenly my entire face was like burning. Yeah, now it's fine, luckily, but I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, all this rant, all this talking basically comes down to me spending the last month and a little bit more than a month sort of fixing my diet and feeling significantly better, so much better, because I did. I feel like it's truly night and day. I feel like a different human, and I'm not even kidding. Now I have returned. I learned a new fancy word. Let me share it with you. I have returned to homeostasis. Okay, what's the definition of homeostasis, chat? Does somebody know? Like baseline, essentially. Like we have returned to baseline. So you know how. Thank you, Akko.
Just subscribed for 51 months.
Thank you.
Is back.
Yes. Welcome back. So basically, you know how, let's say you become rich. You win the lottery, okay? You right there, you win the lottery. Life is gonna be very different, right? To whatever it is now. You win the lottery, suddenly you have so much money, so many possibilities. You can do anything you want, right? You won the lottery. It's gonna be sick. You're gonna go on a yacht. You're gonna travel anywhere you want. You buy any video game you want. It's gonna be great. However, a little bit of time will pass, and it will become your normal. And suddenly, it's not as exciting anymore because it's normal. Like, sure, it's nice. You're rich. It's great. But being rich has become your baseline. So, similarly, I felt an extreme difference when I changed my diet. I felt an immense difference in the way. First of all, my pain went away, which I mentioned earlier, right? I was in pain all the fucking time. I was in so much pain. Again, I had pain when I turned my head. I did this, it would send like a shooting pain down my spine. It was really, really uncomfortable. That pain went away. I don't feel that pain anymore. I wake up with energy. I wake up feeling like I can actually walk and like just do things. So changing my diet has had a pretty tremendous effect on my well-being, but also just generally on my energy levels, and also just kind of like happiness, I guess. I feel like I'm a little bit less miserable miserable to be around. I think I'm probably fun to be around again, which is good for you guys, hopefully. So that was a big change. And then I also started taking some vitamins again. So, by the way, chat, if you guys live in the Netherlands or near the Netherlands, I found out that apparently between October and April, even if you go outside to like get vitamin D, you like soak in the sun, in the peak time of the sun, apparently the sun is too low in those countries to get sufficient vitamin D. Even if you go out. So it's still advised to supplement vitamin D. But as you might expect, I was severely deficient in vitamin D. So I've been taking a very, very high loading dose of vitamin D for the last month. And I also started chugging magnesium. I chug so much magnesium. So much magnesium. How did our ancestors do it? I don't know. Vitamin D, pretty safe one to dose up on during winter. Yeah, I mean, I think most people, at least if you're similar to me and you are a goblin that likes to spend a lot of time indoors and at your computer, I think it's a good idea if you just always take it. At the moment, I'm taking 20,000 IE. I don't know if you're familiar with the dosing of vitamin D, but usually the most like common mainstream vitamin D supplements you will find in a store, they come in doses of 1,000 IE. Okay, every time you have one drop, it will give you 1,000 IE. And 1,400, yeah, it's like pretty conservative. But yeah, I'm taking 20,000. So I take my bottle is 5,000. Like per drop, there's 5,000 IE, and I take 4 drops every day. And since I'm loading it right now, I'm in a loading phase. That basically means that I will first for a month have 20,000 IE every day, then 10,000, and then eventually get to 5,000 and continue to always take 5,000 every day. And if you have a pretty like indoorsy lifestyle, obviously you should ask your doctor. I'm no doctor, but you are very safe to take 5,000 on a daily basis. Haven't played LOL in 4 years with this channel. Well, not a LOL channel. But yeah, I also haven't played LOL. Yeah, but welcome. But I will, actually. I plan on it. Maybe you want to as well? Again? League of Legends return. How low is your vitamin D to need 20k daily? Low. 5k daily sounds like a lot. I'm taking 2k. I think the conservative recommendation is usually 1k or 2k. That is, however, like a safety. Just look into it. Like the labeling tends to under recommend by a lot. Like whatever the labeling says, there's like take 1 drop a day or whatever. Is usually too little for most people that truly need vitamin D. Best way to find out how much you need is buy one of those like little testing kits online. You can just get like a little prick on your thumb, test your blood, pretty easy. But yeah, from my knowledge, again, feel free to look into it because it's not medical advice. But from my knowledge, having 5k daily is safe. I think most if you go outside a fair amount and such, you probably go taking like 2,000, 3,000. But if you don't go outside like me, then 5,000 is more reasonable. But yeah, vitamin D can be toxic. You can overdose on vitamin D, even though you need a lot of it, but you can. So always have to be careful about it. I've discovered that vitamin D can be taken even like every 6 months. My doctor told me to take it weekly, 30 drops, but don't remember how much it is. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you would take like a massive loading dose or what? How would that work? Vitamin D and omega-3 is also a really nice combo. See, omega supplements, I don't supplement it because I eat a lot of fish. Especially now that my diet is very restrictive. I eat a lot of salmon. See, the good thing is, again, I don't eat dairy, so no milk, no cheese, no yogurt, no dairy. I don't eat gluten, which is the most annoying one, by the way. That one's really annoying because gluten is kind of in anything, in everything, and you have to like it's a little bit hard to go eat out somewhere because most restaurants don't have gluten-free options, and yeah, it's the annoying one. And I also currently don't eat nightshades, which means I don't eat peppers, I don't eat potatoes, I don't eat tomatoes, I don't eat eggplants, I don't eat zucchinis. Which, counting tomatoes, I don't know if I said that, counting those are all like healthy foods, right? They're healthy foods. And the thing is, I was thinking like, oh, I was eating so healthy, but in the end, those foods might have been still very irritating for my immune system. But do you balance the ratio of omega-3 from fish with any food that contains omega-6? Well, the modern diet is very heavy in omega-6 anyway, so I don't think that's necessary. Also, omega-6 is very inflammatory. Why would you want to balance it with that? Unless I'm missing something. Chat, hold on, let me turn down the... Hold on! It's a bit better, right? So I'm not so bright. But yeah, modern diet is very loaded in omega-6, so I don't think it's necessary. So what are the 5 things you can still eat? No, see, the good thing is that I really like to cook, so I haven't felt restricted per se. And it's fun to try new recipes and such. I've been cooking a lot of different foods, and generally food feels one of my favorite things that happened since I changed my diet is that after a meal I feel good. Like, I don't know if you guys can relate, but I always thought it's normal to feel very tired and sort of very like foggy and heavy after eating. I always thought like, okay, after I eat, I kind of need to lay down because I won't feel very good for like an hour. Turns out that's not normal. Turns out it's not normal. Junk food makes you feel tired and bloated. Well, the thing is, I wasn't necessarily eating junk food. It would just be like like some mashed potatoes with what? Or like a noodle dish, like pasta or something, which is not a junk food, right? Like I would have some pasta or some veggies, some tomato sauce, whatever. Something's buzzing. I don't hear buzzing. I don't hear no buzzing. Hello, what's up? But yeah, I used to always feel quite bad after eating, which, by the way, has always been a struggle, especially when it came to streaming, because on the one hand, I wanted to eat something before I stream because I don't want to feel like I'm starving if I don't get to eat, right? So the smart thing to do would be have food But then, after I would eat something, I would feel extremely tired and extremely, like, lethargic. And I would have a hard time, like, getting back energy to then go stream. But now that hasn't been a problem. I feel great after eating. And I don't feel heavy. I don't feel tired. I just feel good. I feel like fueled by the things I eat. So yeah, buzzing. Is it still there? Is it still buzzing? What does it sound like? Bzz. Sounds like a blood sugar spike. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. Bzz. Bzz. I think blood sugar
So
spike is the most likely thing. Which vitamins and mineral supplements you take? Thank you, Kitty. Thank you. I currently take magnesium oxide, vitamin D, and L-glutamine. Those are the 3 I take. I don't take a whole lot, but I eat a very, very healthy diet at the moment. I eat a lot of protein. I eat a lot of wild-caught salmon, and I eat a lot of vegetables from the ones that I can still eat. I eat a lot of soups and broth that I make. I have like a bunch of like chicken broths and stuff, you know. Good to see you back. Thank you. Thank you. How many eggs? Well, now that I started eating less other things, I started eating a lot more egg. I tend to eat like 4 eggs a day these days. Like in the past it would be like 1 or 2. Nowadays it's more like 4. I'm egg maxing. I'm eating a lot of eggs. I also started eating like a lot of nuts. I eat a lot of pumpkin seeds as well, which are very rich in iron. Like I'm basically instead of leaning into supplements, I'm looking for the foods that are rich in the things that I would want, like pumpkin seeds for iron, for example, or the Brazilian nuts for selenium, which is really important for the thyroid, by the way. If any of you guys have a thyroid condition, start selenium maxing. I'm currently changing all my junk foods and just fruit. Oh, that's a good step. I mean, for me, I've always had like a very big sweet tooth. I always loved eating sweets, and every time I would have a meal, after the meal I would really crave something sweet. I had to have something sweet. And I still do that, but the sweets that I do have are a really go-to sweet, by the way, is when you take a date and then remove the seed and then stuff it with a nut. It's so good. It's been like my recent favorites. I eat the nut inside copy. And then I eat the 90% dark chocolate, which is also tasty, and those are the only sweets I eat. But they're good. Like I like them, so it's good. And then I make sometimes I make like banana pancakes, gluten-free ones. Little banana pancakes. Sometimes I'll have like a kiwi or something. So I've been very healthy.
Yeah.
Almost ridiculously so. Yeah. But yeah. You know, the sacrifice that I do feel, which it does feel like quite a sacrifice. It's not so bad when you're just at home and you just cook for yourself all the time, but when you go out and you suddenly can't have a lot of things, then it feels like you're really sacrificing, and then it kind of dawns on you, you know. But just kind of the feeling of the amount of energy I have, and kind of the pain that went away is pretty worthwhile, you know. But yeah, so basically I kind of came to the conclusion that the reason I felt very bad, very unhappy, I wouldn't call it depressed because I don't think it was that bad, but I just didn't feel joy in things. I didn't feel like doing anything. It just felt like I didn't want to move, you know? I just wanted to like nap and roll around, do nothing. Is basically what I felt like. I think that's also one of the big reasons why I struggled to stream. Because kind of, I felt like I had like no joy in me. No desires, no aspirations. It felt like everything was just like, phew, poof, you know? So the break that I took from content creation was really, really good. Because I kind of got to reflect on those things and sort of understand why I felt that way. And then find something that really helped me tackle it too, which was in my case the approach of like changing my nutrition and such. And now I feel like I want to be alive again, so that's great. I feel like living, yippee. And I've been up to a lot of things. Chat, I've been doing so much. I haven't even touched on what I've been up to. But we'll get there. Like Yamato, well, I don't know how Yamato feels. Maybe? I don't know. I did see he started streaming again. You can melt the chocolate and cover the dates. Yes, I know. It's really, really good. I mean, I can't be bothered most of the time, but if you want to do that, it's very advisable, yes. Aren't homemade sweets most of the time healthy? Yeah, of course. Anything you can make at home where you control what goes into it will be healthier than buying it. Yeah. But, okay, let's see. You guys want you want to hear what I've been up to while I was gone? I have so many things. I don't want to like rattle off everything at once because I don't want to like overwhelm you today. But like I mentioned, I have rediscovered my desire for things, and it's hard to describe how it feels if you felt like no pleasure in anything for a long time. I genuinely, nothing was interesting to me. Like, there were things that I knew I found interesting, like in the past. Like, oh, I used to love anime. Oh, I used to love video games. Oh, I used to love drawing. But now it's more like, oh, well, that's what I do because I used to kind of like it, right? But suddenly I felt nothing for these things anymore. It was really upsetting because I did want to feel something, right? I did want to like it, but and I also didn't understand why suddenly I felt nothing for anything. So it was very, very confusing. But since I sort of changed my lifestyle pretty drastically, I suddenly started feeling like things are exciting again. Like, I genuinely want to do things, and it's fun to do them. And because of the contrast of how it was recently and how it is now, it feels extra exciting. It feels so nice. And it also feels like the best part of it is it feels like I have the energy to do it. It's not only that I have the desire to do it, I also feel like I can because I don't feel like tired all the time. So it's, yeah, it feels very different. And I think the most like shocking part to me about that was that if you're living in it, in this kind of state of disinterest and joylessness, you don't really realize it. Like something feels off, right? And you're just kind of like, oh, something's like not quite right. But you can't really put your finger on it and just like, okay, well, I mean, that's my day-to-day life. That's just how it is, right? Like that's just how it is. But then, yeah, it's not. So if any of you guys can relate to what I'm saying, yeah, I hope you don't feel like that a lot because it's really not nice. But yeah, so now to tell you about what I've been up to. First of all, I started working on my own app just for fun, for myself. I'm just making an app. I'm just like, what the fuck? Chad, look, you want to see my app? You want to see my app? I'm making a fucking app.
Did 5 subscriptions to the community.
How's everything here? Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm teaching myself how to code an app. I started doing that like a bit more than a week ago, I guess. Can I show you? Do you guys wanna guess? What kind of app would Yuli make? What kind of app would Yuli make? So I'm making it as a local app. So currently only I can use it. It's not like available anywhere or anything. I'm just like locally loading it onto my phone as a test build as I'm coding it. So I'm still obviously in the middle of making it since I haven't started very long ago. But stalking app, what would that even be? Investing app, okay, that's very aspirational, yes. Single mothers in your area app. Why do you think I would make that? Language app. Oh, that's a fun idea actually, but no, it's not a language app. Mundursky, hello. Thank you. Anime watch tracker, that's actually something I consider. I was like, that would also be, but there are some really good anime watch trackers, so I don't really need to make it. Single dads in your area app. Do I look like I want to be a stepmother? Do you think, Chad? Let's be honest. Do you think I want to be a stepmother? Would I be a good stepmother? I don't know. I feel like it's not something I would be cut out for. Oh, also Chad, I noticed I feel like I'm getting more dimples. Like, what is happening? I used to always have this one, right? And then when I smile, why is this? This is new. That hasn't always been there. Like, what is happening? Where are all these dimples coming from? I feel like this one's the one I know, right? I know this one. This one I'm familiar with. But why do I have 4 dimples all of a sudden? 4? Like 5 almost? I don't know. Please be my stepmother. Oh, I don't know about that. I can't afford a child. I'm sorry. I can't. Okay, so the app. Let me first tell you the origin of why I thought I would want to make an app. Like, why the fuck would I want to make an app, right? Like, what am I doing? So first of all, back in the day, when I was little, I used to play MMORPGs. I really liked MMORPGs. Now, you might not expect that, but I am kind of old. Okay, I know, surprising. But I've been around for a while, okay? So when I started playing MMOs, social media was like not really a thing yet. Like Facebook was kind of coming up, but like not really yet. And Discord was not a thing. We did have Skype, but also just kind of, when I started playing MMOs, we used IRC or something? ICQ? What was it called? The fuck was it called? The very first thing? ICQ? It had like a little flower or like colorful thing. But ICQ, I think. Oh! Hello, bye. But yeah, long time, okay? Long time ago. And that's also, by the way, why MMORPGs were so fun back then. Because people are stuck in the game, okay? MMOs were the social media. There was no like, oh, let's tab out and chat on Discord. No. We gather. We gather in the plaza and we type to each other there while we jump in a circle, okay? It was really fun. Why did I start talking about this? Hold on. Train of thought. Why did I start talking about this? Oh yeah, app. Wait. Oh yeah. So it was peak time in terms of MMOs. I agree. But during that time, I joined a guild. I was part of a guild, and my guild wanted a forum. That was kind of the common thing to do back in the day. Your guild, if your guild was cool, you know, you would have a guild forum, like a dedicated forum, where your guild members could chat with each other. And I took it upon myself. 14-year-old me took it upon herself to learn how to code. Because back then there was like no website builders where you can just drag things around. No, I coded. I wrote in HTML. Wait, no, that's not what it's called. Not HTML. What's it called? No, not PHP. No. Oh, is it called HTML actually? CSS, I guess it was HTML. Yeah, okay. In any case, it was basically, I taught myself how to code, like with the little blocks and stuff. And then CSS was like more for the visuals, right? So that's how I initially got into like be interested in coding when I was really little, and I made a forum for my guild. And then a couple years go by, I finished high school. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? And I'm like, okay, I like coding. I like video games. I'm gonna become a programmer, obviously, right? I go to university for programming for half a year because they made me do math. Why did they make me do math? Why did I have to figure out why 2 + 2 is 5? I don't understand. The university I went to, they had a reputation, and I think any university in Germany, when you go for like programming, they will sort out people by torturing them with math in the first semester. That's what they did to me. They tortured me. I hate math. If you know me, you know I don't comprehend math. Numbers make no sense to me. But why? Okay, explain to me, if I want to be a programmer, why do I need to understand the math side of things? That never made sense to me. Because to me, programming is a language. It's a language. I don't want to do math with it. I don't know. In any case, that kind of ruined programming for me back then. I was just like, fuck this. If this is what programming is, I don't want it. And I quit. I quit university after half a year. I was just, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. So that was a bit of a bummer. I felt very discouraged. I was like, I must have imagined something that it actually truly isn't. I think a lot of my viewers actually in programming. I remember people saying they work in programming. But yeah, I gave up on programming essentially because I felt like slightly traumatized. And then, as you might or might not know, I started studying an actual language, which I studied Korean, right? I majored in Korean studies. But now, on my hiatus, I was just suddenly like, oh, there's like this thing I want, right? Since we're already talking about all the issues I have ADHD, right? And with ADHD, I don't take any medication. I've never taken medication for it. But I do try to find ways to cope and kind of ways to manage the downsides of ADHD by being very thorough when it comes to planning. I do a lot of planning, I do a lot of journaling, I do a lot of those kind of things, you know? And I was looking for an app that looks cute. Kind of hard, by the way. No apps look cute, most of them are ugly. Which I think probably is because they're made by some programmers that are really good at programming them, and then they look like ass. But I was looking for like a cute daily journaling app that allows me to log certain things, because we spoke about how I started a food diary, right? To kind of keep track of symptoms and such. I wanted an app that allowed me to do that. So I want to be able to journal, I want to mood log, I want to, you know, symptom log, whatever, food log. And there was no such thing. There wasn't, I could not find an app like that. Obsidian, that's what I was using before. I was using Apple Notes and Obsidian, but that felt kind of tedious. I wanted it to feel like more seamless and fun and easy to do, you know, kind of on the fly. Because typing out everything feels a bit annoying if you do it a lot. Why not a physical journal? Because I like seeing like trends. And physical journals, I like them for long form journaling when you just write sentences. I don't like them so much for logging, personally. But I wanted to find an app that's cute and functional to the features that I want, and I was not able to find it. The ones that I did find and that I liked all have a subscription model, which kind of pisses me off. Like, if I want to journal, Chad, see, I think you understand. If you journal, if you like journaling, you want to keep your journal, right? Like, imagine you journal for a year and make lots of little entries, and then your subscription runs out and suddenly you can't access your journal. Like, that sounds so stupid. So also I'm generally just not a big fan of subscription models unless the app offers me to buy a one-time purchase. I don't mind it if apps have subscription models if they tell me, okay, you can just pay 50 euros now and then never worry about subscription, whatever, like an upfront payment basically, and then you own the app. Then I don't mind. But most apps don't do that. And the apps that I do use do that because I tend to skip the subscription. But yeah, then I was like, okay, so hypothetically, if I wanted to make an app just for myself to use on my phone locally, how hard would that be? How difficult would that be? Turns out it's not that difficult. Yeah, I mean, it is difficult, but it's like not that difficult, you know? So I started working on it. I built the prototype so it doesn't have the like the final look. It's basically everything is placeholder in terms of look. But the functionality is halfway there. Like there's some functionality I still want to add. Then obviously I still need to like bug check and whatever. But it's functional. I can fucking use it. Okay, you can't see it, but I'll show you in a second. Everything subscription. You know why? Because it's just the highest. It's just the highest profit. Like, yeah. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Hello, Fresco, what's up? Yeah. You know, my final goal with this is that I, first of all, make it, I use it, so I like it, and then I want to give it to some friends of mine to test. And I can't make it public unless I purchase like an Apple account, because you need like a subscription with Apple to be able to put an app on the App Store. It's like 100 euros or like dollars, whatever, a year. So it's like not too bad, I guess, but it's also like not nothing. But if I manage to finish the app in a way that I like, I might try to launch it, maybe. We'll see. But that would be kind of my final goal. So if I can make it happen, that would be pretty fucking cool. And then I'm gonna give it a non-predatory business model. I'm not gonna make it like subscription or whatever. I'm gonna make it nice. It's in Swift. Yeah. Swift UI. It's on iPhone. I'm making it exclusively for iPhone, iPad, and Mac at the moment. And if I do end up launching it, again, I don't know if I will, but if I do end up launching it, I will launch it on iOS. And then if it pops off, I'll port it over to Android, no problem. But yeah, we'll see. Will the app be called YuliXE? Well, right now the app has a code name, but it's nothing related to me. It's like its own thing. Any plans for another book reading session in the future? Oh, yeah, I could do that. Why not? Well, no plans, but I'd be open to it. Yeah, why not? But so I don't know how much I should share, because if I can show you what I have right now, because it's like not like visually what it's gonna be. But what if I like tell you and then somebody steals my idea? You wouldn't do that, right, Chad? You wouldn't steal my idea, right? Was AI helpful when you learned? Yeah, of course. I mean, I've been asking Claude a lot of questions. Like, how does this work? Explain this. Yeah. I'm not coding a clone right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you my special features because I have like some things that I have never seen in another app, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, I shouldn't show it yet, I think, until I have something. I don't know, would it be stupid to show? Would it be silly? But yeah, I mean, the baseline of it, this is just just a calendar app, right? Oh my god, what? Okay, well, it's a white screen. Hello? Oh, oh. Okay, my camera doesn't even catch it at the moment. Yoinking. A white page! I don't know why it's like that. Maybe if I adjust my camera, hold on. How about no? Oh yeah, better. Okay. Can you see? Yeah, I mean, my camera is not great at capturing a screen, it seems. But basically, it's just it's light mode, as you can see at the moment. I'm making it in light mode because I'm not focusing on the customization of it yet. But it's basically meant to be a quick journaling app where you can make entries for each day with like cute little icons, emojis, which I will add later. But right now they're just placeholder emojis. No. Basically you can like click on a day and then it asks you how was your day, you log a mood, and then you can write like a little note. And I also have like some planning functionalities and stuff where you can plan with the to-do lists and stuff and plan larger projects, you know, stuff like that. Basically, the base idea of it is that it's an app for people that like to journal and like to plan ahead and also struggle with some sort of neurodivergence, probably, because I'm making basically my dream app for me, and I hate it when I feel guilt when I like skip days and stuff. I don't like it, so I'm making the app with that in mind. So it's there's no pressure around because I noticed a lot of the apps I was looking at, they have a lot of pressure around streaks and stuff. I understand why, because it's about retention of users, right? Like you want people to open your app so they stay subscribed, whatever. I find it annoying. Like I don't want it. Get out of here. I don't want it. So yeah, I'm making it with that in mind. If it's ADHD friendly, that's literally the reason I'm making it. So it is as ADHD friendly as possible. Yeah, and as unguilt trippy as possible, and with like as little friction as possible, and no like FOMO. I feel like some apps, they're made with certain systems that are meant to induce FOMO. So you will open the app, you will log the thing. Yeah, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. But yeah, so that's the most recent thing I've been working on, which I've been really having a lot of fun with. Once I have something like more solid to show and my camera can actually capture it, because right now it can't. But still, isn't it crazy? Like, it's just functional. It just works. I just have an app on my phone that I made. I can use this. I can already use it. I can already make journal entries. Like, isn't it crazy? Like, I just made an app. But yeah, it's not done yet. But once it is more fully fledged, maybe I'll find a way to share it with my community one way or another. Maybe you guys can like test it out or something. Give me some user feedback before I make it public or something. But yeah, we'll see when the time comes. Yep. Your skin is so good. I don't know. I guess it's fine. But my skin is very sensitive. It's very sensitive to product. Like it tends to get like rashy and red and stuff very easily. Unfortunately, never thought of journaling. I don't know, for me, I feel like for the last decade or so, I've been trying to find a way to journal that sticks. Because I keep bouncing from like writing in a journal, like a book, to trying to write it digitally, to using some app, to using Obsidian. I keep like bouncing back and forth between those things. And it feels like nothing ever truly sticks. But then, for me, one of the reasons I want to journal is because my memory is really, really bad. And it's frustrating to the point where memories that I want to hold, right? Things that are precious to me, I will end up forgetting. And it's very irritating. Very, very irritating. So I have this strong desire to sort of capture moments that I can return to. And then as I see it, then I remember. Right? Then I'm like, oh, it's this, especially if it has like a little note next to it. I'm like, oh, right, I was there with this person. Yeah. So for me, that's my main motivator in terms, yeah, when it comes to journaling. I journal in a physical book. That's also nice. I mean, being able to like kind of flip through the pages and stuff, it's definitely a nice habit to have. But for me, I always felt that books didn't really fulfill my desire for being able to return to a specific entry very quickly. Like, if I want to look at what I did on the 14th of last month, I can flip through a book and find it, right? Like, it's fine, but it's just a little bit less, like a little bit less easy to do. Maybe your memory will also improve with a new healthy diet. I think so. I hope so. I was thinking about that too. Hello, Asui. Oh my god, you can't chat. Oh my god. Look at him in Twitch chat, unbanned, thriving. Can't tell us what's up. Subs get early access. You're business minded. Subs get a discount when I launch it. You get it for €1. Your voice is regulating my nervous system. I am. Well, that's good. That's good. Am I activating your parasympathetic nervous system? Chat, hold on. Chat, let me ask you something. Did you guys know that your adrenal glands are on your kidneys? Please tell me I'm not the only person that thought it was somewhere in the brain. Why is it on the kidney? Why did you know that? What the fuck? Like, I recently, like a couple weeks ago, I found out that adrenal glands, aka the things, the organ that makes adrenaline, is on your kidney. Why is it on your kidney? Your brain does indirectly control it, like the rest of your body, of course. But that's so odd. Here I thought it was just all happening in the brain. Also, kidney, isn't the kidney the organ where you have like two? Yeah, it is, right? Kidney? And then you can like lose one. Does that mean you make less adrenaline? Or do you just have less adrenaline then? Chat, you must know, in the time I was away, I have acquired a lot of useless knowledge. I've acquired a lot of useless knowledge. So I might spread some misinformation, maybe. If I do, feel free to correct me. Sometimes I'm naive and take things, you know. I believe some things that might not be true sometimes. Useless knowledge of... Oh, wait, that's a good one. How about a shower thoughts app? There's a collection of shower thoughts. The kidney is tied to your major arteries, so maybe being there lets it act faster. Makes sense. Makes sense. You know, in another life, maybe I would be like a doctor or something. I find the human body so fascinating, like all the processes and stuff. I was actually thinking, I really love like kind of coming up with stories and writing like little short stories and stuff for myself. And I thought a really cute story would be something where you turn like certain processes in the body, like certain hormones and stuff, into little characters, and then make it a story. Wouldn't that be kind of cute? I know there's an anime kind of like this, where it's about like blood cells and such, where the red and white blood cells and whatnot become like anime girls. Cells at Work, yeah, that one. I have never seen it, but I would like to watch it. Do you think there are more legs or eyes in the world? Oh, that's a tricky one. I think eyes. Wait, which one is easier to lose? Is it easier to lose a leg or an eye? I don't know. I feel like a leg because of like car crashes and stuff. Probably easier to lose. Does anyone have a cozy recommendation for an anime? Oh my god, please chat, hear me the fuck out. Have you guys seen Wish Hat Atelier? Please watch it. I think it's literally my favorite now. It's so good. As expected, I think it's pretty mainstream now. Okay, listen, I was the OG. I read the manga first, okay? I read the manga as it was launching. I was reading chapters as they were releasing. And as I was reading it, I knew. Every chapter I knew. Once the anime drops, people are gonna lose their fucking mind. But it's even better than I expected. It's so good. The animation genuinely feels like it's worthy of a movie. It's so good. Like, I'm flabbergasted every time I watch it. So, yeah. I feel a bit hipster saying that I read it before it came out, but but yeah, I really recommend it. It's very cozy as well, if you haven't seen it yet. Right now, I'm also watching another one which is really cute. I forgot what it's called. What's it called? Blah 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 of Kings. Okay, maybe somebody in chat knows. It's about a little boy that is a prince and meant to be king. But he's small, and he's mute and deaf, and he has a friend that is a shadow. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Ringing of Kings, there you go. That one's really cute too. I'm on episode 2 right now. It's really cute. Very cozy as well. That's something you're interested in. I'm so out of the loop when it comes to anime, but I would like to get back into it. That's how I felt for a long time. Again, because of Anhedonia. Because I suddenly lost joy in anime and other things I used to enjoy. But now, I'm enjoying things I enjoy. Which is great. Feels good. I've been reading Hunter x Hunter recently. No. Oh, really? Oh. I watched it a really long time ago. But I never read it. Wait, what were we talking about just now? What were we talking about, chat? It's an essay? Well, if it's a good story, that's the, you know, Berserk is an essay, but all the better. You becoming a doctor? Oh, right. Yeah. Maybe in another life. I find organs and stuff really fascinating. Like, in February, I was doing a bunch of, like, personal self-study on, like, muscle groups and how, like, your throat and how the muscles connect in your face and your back and your neck and everything. I started learning about that because, again, I was in pain. It was hurting a lot and I was trying to figure out why it's hurting and what is hurting. And then I did some studying on breathing, which was also pretty cool. Again, if you've been watching my stream for a while, you will know I've always had, like, a kind of odd interest in breathing. But, yeah, I did some more studying on that. And I found a really cool trick on how to fix your breathing and to see if you're breathing well, which I can share with you in a second if you like. Do I believe in reincarnation? I don't know. Do I? I would have to think about that before I answer it. I don't know. I'm sure my breathing is very low tier. You know, see, the thing is, what I always found very interesting is that children and oh, did the music just stop? Hold on, let me. I need something DMCA free. Hold on. 1 second. Ah. Okay, we just go with this again. Children do everything right. Like a healthy child will have a gait, aka a way of walking gait, that is healthy. They will place their feet healthily. They will have a healthy posture when they walk. They will have a healthy posture when they lay. Like if you ever saw a child lay down, they usually have like they're on their back and they're like spread out. That's like a pretty like they just like do everything kind of how it's meant to. They breathe really well. They do like a lot of diaphragmatic breathing and stuff. But then as we age and as we get more and more shaped by the world, and as we collect experiences, and some of which might not be great, as we become more stressed, more guarded, those things have an effect on how we breathe and how we move and how our posture is. Like for example, somebody that's very afraid will be like guarded in the front, right? So they will collapse their shoulders and that influences the breathing, it influences the posture of your head, that causes pain, so on and so forth, right? And of course also your lifestyle. If you spend a lot of time doing this or this when you game, that will also have an effect on a lot of things over time. And I find that very interesting. Oh, actually I can tell you something in a second. Hello Wicked! Famous, yes, the most famous Wicked too. Hello. Thank you for the posture check. Yes, chat. Posture check. Posture check. Sit straight and comfortable. Does my posture look good? I think so, right? So something I noticed for me and have known for a long time, especially since I've been to an osteopath, like person that knows about like muscle cramps and stuff in the past, I have known that I have a very tense like back and neck and like trapezius muscle. And back then that osteopath told me that a lot of that is because of my breathing and because I breathe with my accessory muscles. So chat, what are accessory muscles in breathing? Essentially, when you breathe and you have a correct way of breathing, you will breathe with your diaphragm. So it is like, there's your stomach, so it would be like here, like here. And the diaphragm is like a dome, like it's like this. And then if you breathe in, it goes like this, I think. And then when you breathe out, it goes like it's a balloon, like, alright? And many people, I think it's extremely common to forget how to breathe like this. Like, forget how to do this correctly. And you know how when you're at rest, you will be breathing more here, ideally, right? But then when you are working out, for example, right, your body needs more oxygen. And your body will start using the accessory muscles, like when you're running or something, to pull in more air. It's been a while since I wrote this down, right? But I made notes actually. Could look at my notes. But your body will essentially use accessory muscles, so muscles that you normally wouldn't use for breathing, to support you in your breathing and be able to just get more oxygen in a situation of stress, which could be you running from a lion, which could be you working out. But then for people that are chronically stressed or chronically guarded or have very bad posture, they will breathe with their accessory muscles by default. And it causes a lot of pain. It can cause a lot of pain. Thank you, Sora. Thank you. I think it's a light just now because the sun is setting, so it looks nicer. a very nice sunset. So I don't know, chat. Do you guys think if you breathe, okay, if you just relax and try to take really nice, slow, big breaths, do your shoulders move? Like, you can try it out. Okay, let's see if mine move. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Okay, mine don't move. Good job, Yuli. Good job. But yeah, if they do move, that is a sign that you are utilizing your accessory muscles to breathe, and that is something that you should try to address, because it could be potentially a reason for you having pain that you don't have to have. Why is the lighting in your room so good? Did you make it to some kind of evil arcane entity? No, it's the sun setting. The sun is setting. It's just a good time of the day, you know? My shoulders won't move. That's good. They're not supposed to. That's good. You can see the dust flying between me. Wait, maybe I can find a cat hair to throw. Is there any cat hairs I can throw? For like, atmosphere? Let's see. From the cat tree. Phew. Oh. Okay, maybe this is not it. She's descending from heaven. Yes. Ah, ah. Fear not. Yeah. Oh, also, something that I didn't know is that you are actually, your diaphragm is I feel like this stream is, why is this stream turning into? It's so weird. No, but yeah. Anyway, your diaphragm is, you would think it's like here, right? But it's actually like it's like a 360 breathing. You're supposed to like feel an expansion also in the back when you breathe in. And for most people nowadays in like modern society, our bodies kind of fail to do that appropriately. And a pretty nice way to test how chat, okay, let's do this exercise together. I really like this exercise. It's been a while since I did it, but if you're sitting in a chair, you should kind of sit with your back against something. So find something to sit with your back against if you'd like to try it. Let me see if I can fix the light. I feel like it's a bit blurry. Why is it so blurry? But you guys said it looks nice, right? So I guess it's fine. As I'm a physiotherapist, I approve the stream. I know you are, I remember. Okay, chat. So basically, a way to find out if your breathing is sufficient in the back, or kind of how to reactivate breathing fully and full diaphragmatic expansion, okay? You would want to take both your hands, place them like this. So like, I mean, if you're a man, like if this is like your rib cage right here, you put it like right where the rib cage kind of ends, and then you will breathe out, and you try to breathe out all the air in your lungs, okay? As long as it takes, like for me it's probably like 5-6 seconds or something, but depending on how big your lungs are, you might need longer. You will breathe out all the air in your lungs. When you've done that, you will feel your like your abs kind of contracting, and what you want to do is kind of flex and hold your abs after you breathe out. So try to like kind of capture that, and then take a deep breath while sitting with your back against something. And what should happen when you do that is that you should feel, because you're flexing, right? So you can't breathe here, like you're holding this down and flexing. You should expand backwards. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try it, and then you just do it along with me, okay? And then see if you feel it. Okay. So take a deep breath in, and then breathe out. Hold. Did you feel that, chat? Like for me, I can feel it expand in the back then. If you kind of flex it in the front. If you do it correctly, you should feel it too. I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, breathe in. The flexing part is important because you need to basically stop your body from being able to put air in the front. You have to feel it in the back. Do you guys feel it? The second time I felt it? Good. This is a pretty nice exercise to do if you want to sort of train yourself to be able to breathe 360. If you want to retrain your body to be able to do this. And you can also do it by laying down, like flat, and you can like put your legs up like this on a bed or something, on a chair. Like basically, so you can like feel the, you know, against your back. So why is that important for the body? How do we put this? Well, first of all, if you don't breathe with your diaphragm, but with your chest and upper back, that just causes pain. Like I don't think you want to be in pain, right? Over time, you strain your upper back a lot. You'll have neck pain and such because you're just using it a lot. And also, when you breathe diaphragmatically, it signals to your body that you are safe. So you'll be more calm. Because this breathing, your body is really truly meant to use the accessory muscle to breathe to in stressful situations, like running away from a tiger. So you'll permanently feel anxious and on edge, basically. At least that's for me one of the biggest reasons to be interested in breathing. But for me also, another big reason why I'm interested in how breathing works is because I like to talk. And there's a very big difference when I speak and I speak from my chest. You can feel a difference in the voice compared to somebody that speaks in the head voice. Like that speaks like up here. When I place my voice up higher, it sounds kind of uncomfortable, doesn't it? It kind of loses a lot of warmth and softness, doesn't it? And I don't really like speaking like that either. It's raspy because I'm speaking in my throat. And my throat is like a little bit more closed off when I speak like this. But it's a pretty common voice to hear, right? Like speaking like this is pretty common these days. Where a lot of people... It sounds anxious, doesn't it? Like, don't I sound like I'm stressed? Don't I sound like kind of like I'm about to run away? And then, compared to that, if I place my voice lower, and I use my chest and my diaphragm for breathing, it gives my voice more volume, right? Like more... And I find that interesting. So... Also, it helps with talking for long periods of time, which is important if you stream, right? So it doesn't strain the voice. Hello, Jelly, what's up? Hello. Shout out, yes. Shout out to Borgeslan, as per usual.
Salty Jelly just subscribed for 30 months. Hello.
Thank you.
It's really good to see you back. Also, shout out
likewise.
to Borgeslan.
You have a lot of tigers to escape from? Luckily, no. But I do think I have a little bit of an anxious personality, probably, yeah. I think I have a tendency to worry and stuff. I also think just generally my childhood and stuff was quite traumatic, so that probably had an effect, maybe. Yeah, but the sun is almost gone, so the nice room light is gonna be gone soon. Time to go offline. But yeah. Now I lost my train of thought. How did we arrive at breathing? Oh yeah, my interest in bodies. My interest in bodies. Can we see the sunset? No, I would leak where I live. Can't do that. Can't do that. No doxing. Interest in bodies? No, bodies. Damn, the lighting just keeps changing. I need to keep adjusting my fucking camera. Ugh. Is it better now? I need to adjust the ISO. What's your favorite organ? Are you baiting? You're baiting, aren't you? What would you like to hear? Yeah, don't be weird. That's true. That's a weird thing to say. Don't say that. Skin. The brain. The brain is pretty sick, isn't it? Last year I had an exhibition in my town about the human body and on the basis of prepared bodies. Oh.
Kumon007
Come on, thank you.
just subscribed for 85 months.
Thank you, welcome back. Of prepared bodies that people spent after they died. I couldn't go, unfortunately, but it sounded interesting. Yeah, I heard about those exhibitions where they like display dissected human bodies. I also heard that there are some cases of people disappearing and then being found as a dissected human somewhere. There was like a long time ago I saw like something about a mother being convinced that her son that had disappeared was like in a exhibition somewhere or something. Would I donate my body? No. Fuck no. Nah. Nah. I would donate my body to a bear. A bear can have my body. Harry, what's up? You would? No, I wouldn't. No, I don't like it. Like, I wouldn't mind if like some tiger ate me or something. I think that would be pretty cool. But I'd rather not be dissected. Like, even though I'm not like truly like religious or anything like that, like something about that just feels wrong to me. I don't want to be taken apart. What if the bear refuses to eat? Well, I am Russian. Russian make friends with bear. So that's just what Russians do, right? They just tame bears. So maybe I'll try my luck. I think I just want to be cremated. I don't really like that either. I don't know. But I also don't I kinda low-key, if I were to pick, I would kind of want a bear to eat me. Gently. I don't know, like something about cremation I kind of don't like the idea of. Like being in some pot. I don't want to be in a pot. Why would I want to be in a pot? And then I also don't really like graves, because I think I don't want to pay rent after I die, or my family pay rent after I die. The fuck?
78 months. Guten Tag, Juli.
Why can't you just bury me in a forest? Okay, if I have any stalkers or serial killer listening, not yet. Okay, hold on, not yet. Bloody thank you. Guten Tag. Hello. Yeah. Also, something I find really sad about graves is how people eventually stop visiting them. You know, which is fine, but it just kind of happens naturally, eventually, and then those graves are just quietly removed once, you know, people don't pay for it anymore to be there. I don't know. I prefer worms to eat me, like, in a forest. You know, there's like this thing where rich people, there's like a company that makes coffins that are impenetrable by by animals. So it's supposed to kind of preserve the corpse and not have it like decay and stuff, so that worms and other animals cannot get to it. I don't know. I think it's kind of fucked up. I'd like to be fertilizer. I think, you know, full circle. Sounds kind of good. And then I feel like if I were to get cremated, then I wouldn't be fertilizer. You know? Does that make sense? Save a polar bear by donating humor. Exactly! Seriously! If it wouldn't hurt, I would do it. Like at some point I'd be like, you know what? That was a good time. Okay, maybe that's not a nice thing to say, is it? But yeah. Fuck. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll stay muted a little bit longer. Okay, one sec. Wait, when I'm muted, you guys still hear the buzz? How does that make sense? That makes no sense. So it's not my mic making the buzz. So what's making the buzz? Huh? That's rather odd. Okay, hold on, let me add some light. Now that it's getting darker. Ugh. Hello, Jocelyn. Hello, hello. You missed having me as background noise? Well, you're in luck. I'm yapping. I'm yapping. But actually, maybe I should kind of wrap it up slowly, no? I said like 2 to 3 hours. We can keep some other yapping for future streams. I thought my speakers were dying. See this like buzzing sound? People pointed that out even in the past, and I never figured out what it is. Because I don't hear it. Have you ever heard it with other streamers? Let's talk about VTubing now. What would you like to talk about? Any specific wishes? Your model? Right. Okay. Well, I guess we can touch on it for a moment. Just to give you guys a little bit of an update where I'm standing, where I'm at. Saikuno. You want to talk about Saikuno? Start talking about some drama. Could you be audio interface? Maybe, but it shouldn't make a sound if the mic is muted, right? Plans for upcoming streams? Yes, next stream Tuesday. Same time. Deku read Sakuno's statements. Wait, was the actual Deku? Truly the real Deku? I thought it was like some AI generated thing. Oh, that makes it much better. Is the Briar cosplay ever going to happen? Yes. You know, see, I wanted to do it, but then I was too big. I didn't fit into the cosplay. But now I'm on a diet, so I didn't try it on yet, but I think maybe I fit in it now. I was too fat. I don't know. I didn't fit into it. Couldn't help it. I'll try again. Okay, I'll try again. But yeah, in regards to the Vtuber, so since today we talked so much about like mental health, my mental health, I at the start of my hiatus, which was January, right? Which was my last stream. I decided to go on a hiatus, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this time. I'm gonna lock in, right? And I'm gonna draw a lot. I'm gonna design a lot. I'm going to create my Vtuber. And I did that. I turbo grinded. I drew all day, every day for 2 months straight, basically. And then I didn't change my diet yet, okay? So I was still kind of miserable. I was not doing very well. But I was like forcing myself, right? Because I was like, okay, I really have to. Like, I really want to. And I made a lot of progress. But then I also realized something, which was that because I was feeling so little joy in kind of anything, I feel like I took the VTubing thing kind of as my what's a good word? Like escape, maybe? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of an escape. And I kind of poured all the energy that I did have, which was not a lot. I poured all of it into that. And I felt like the more I kind of tried to force it, the less I was enjoying it. Because if you are a creative person, you will know the more you try to like force something, the harder it will be. So even though I made a lot of progress, I kind of decided to put it off to the sideline for now. And beyond this statement on it now, I don't think I will speak on it a lot in the future unless until I have actually something to show. Because I feel like for a long time I was just like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And like for years basically nothing is happening, right? Like it just kind of gets to a point where it's like, what is she even talking about? And I also how do I say it? I have to like put my own thoughts kind of into order a little bit because I'm not entirely sure how I feel. But a little update here and there would be nice. Well, that depends on the approach, right? Like that I would want to take. In terms of like how much I would want to share. Depends. Maybe I'll share some updates on Patreon when I make one. That could be pretty good, no? But I kind of realized there was a little bit of an escapism. I think that's the word. It was escapism. Kind of trying to... Yeah. Why you keep saying fancy? Stop it. Stop. Yeah. And I think I want to draw for the joy of it. And I did draw a lot, but a lot of it I felt like I was drawing kind of because I wanted a result, you know? I wanted to have a final result for something. And I feel like that kind of, on the one hand, it hinders actually coming to a result. And on the other, it takes the joy out of creating something. So I kind of decided to take a step back with that. I bought a doodle book actually. Want to see my first doodle, chat? Want to see? It's pretty nice, I think. Guess who I doodled? Take a guess. Who is the doodle of? If you know anything about me, it shouldn't be too hard to guess. It is not Briar, but it's a good guess though. Not Briar. Yankos? Why would I do that Yankos? Gwen is also a good guess. But it is in fact... What? Focus. 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 Why is it so hard to show things on stream? Hello? Focus. Ooh. Can you see it? It's kind of blurry, I don't know. But yeah, Reese was my first doodle. Reese. I decided to... This is a study. Like I drew a drawing that I saw. Because I was practicing drawing like the black pen thing. But yeah, this was a study. Why is it like blurry when I get closer? It makes no sense. But yeah, that was my first doodle. So I'll have to do a little bit more doodling. Because I want to fill this book. But it's such a fat book, look at it. So big. But yeah, I designed a lot of different characters. So many characters. Maybe another stream, another time we can look at them. Not today though. I also don't have any other scenes set up on OBS right now for like switching to full screen and stuff. If you fill it by a bigger one. I mean, filling this is gonna take so long. Like, how many pages is this? It's like at least 100 pages, no? And there's multiple drawings per page. I think it's like... But yeah, this is like my current personal hobby, I guess. I'm trying to draw a little bit more on paper. I also started drawing with watercolor. See, I told you, I suddenly started feeling desire to do things. So I started drawing with watercolor. I also... Chad, you will not believe this, okay? Let me tell you, I joined a club. What kind of club did I join? Think about it. What club would you usually join? Think about it. Close. Close. Not a drawing club, no. Drawing is something I just do by myself. Farmer. Baking sounds pretty nice, but can't have gluten, so would have to get gluten-free baking club. MMO enjoy club. If only there was an MMO to enjoy. There's no MMO to enjoy. Running. Running? Running? No, it is not running. The club I joined. Okay, picture this. Chat, close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes. Picture this. You're me. Okay, that's how the picture starts. You're me. And the very sweet 92-year-old lady downstairs asks you if you would like to join for her club. And you're like, oh, wait, that sounds so nice. What kind of club? And then she goes like, you'll see. And then you and 92-year-old lady go out, go for a little walk. You walk for like 15 minutes. And then you enter a building. And as you enter the building, there's a large table inside of that building. And around that table are lots and lots of other old ladies. And in their hands, they're holding needles. They're holding needles. And then on the table is covered with balls of yarn. I started knitting, chat. I started knitting with the grannies, and it's so dope. I knit with the grannies now, it's great. I love it. I joined a knitting club. Look, this jacket, by the way, she made for me. Isn't this such a nice jacket? Look, look. She made this entire thing. It's handmade. Imagine making this. It was a gift, and then now I'm learning to knit something for her one day. I'll knit her something nice. I was only there one day so far. And next time I want to go is next week. Thursday, I think. Wouldn't it be cool if I could take you with me to the grannies? But I think that would be too doxy, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm learning to knit, and it's really fun. It's like relaxing, kind of a meditative sort of thing to do. Did you steal yarn from the cats? No, but they do play with it. Acupuncture club? Wait, do such clubs exist? We need to be more grandma maxing. Yeah, I'm preparing. See, like I'm reaching that age. I need to become a proper grandma. You know, I'm not even a mother, but you know, you know, I'm gonna make some knit stuff. So far I haven't made anything yet. Like I've just made like I knit things and then I unravel them again. So I just practice the knitting itself without feeling like pressure to have a result, basically. But the first thing I want to make is a hat, and I already know what kind of hat. So if one day you see me wear a really cute hat, you have to ask me, okay? You'll be like, oh Yuli, what's this hat? And then you have to give me a compliment on the hat, okay? You have to give me lots of compliments on the hat, and I'll be like, oh, this hat? Oh yeah, I made it. It's nothing special. It's not... Don't worry about it. I'm not that good yet, but I made this. Yeah, and then maybe once I ascend, I can like start sewing or something. Can be Gwen IRL. But sewing seems like kind of intimidating. I don't know. Seems difficult. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. I was pretty close with sewing. Yeah, you were. Yeah, I give that energy. Wait, really? That's a good energy, right? I feel like, you know, if I look at myself objectively, I feel like I kind of have a little bit like housewife energy. Like kind of cooking, baking, you know, dusting things. Knitting is harder? Oh, really? Really? Knitting stream? Oh, we could do that. I guess we could combine like chatting and knitting. Once I actually can knit a little bit better. Because again, I only went one time. And then I practiced a couple of hours by myself at home. But I still have lots to learn. But yeah. Knitting. Just knitting, no talking? Are you telling me are you telling me to quiet down or okay, that's not rude, it's fine. My feelings aren't hurt. Just knotting? Sarah, that's not how you spell that. But yeah, so that's another thing I started doing. I started knitting. Started drawing more regularly. Started coding an app. Did a lot of digital drawing as well. Oh, Chad, one more thing. Since we were talking about the health topic, I have always been a degenerate. Like I have always been such a degenerate when it comes to sleep. Truly, something wasn't quite right when it comes to sleep. For as long as I can remember. When I was in school, I would frequently sleep like 3 hours and then go to school, you know, or like events or whatever. When I started working, I would frequently sleep very, very little. And then I also have a habit of going to sleep very late. Like very truly late. Especially as somebody that doesn't have to like wake up for a regular job in the morning, right? I could go to bed really late, truly late. And also, for a very, very long time, I built a habit of using devices in bed. So, how many of you guys use a phone in bed? Raise your hand. Do you use your phone in bed before you go to sleep? Or like an iPad or something, like a digital something. Like for me, I had made the excuse a little bit, like a little bit of compromise, where it was like, okay, I won't scroll social media or something often. Like sometimes I still would, even though I kind of didn't want to. But I would then like tell myself, okay, I'm gonna read on my iPad. I'm going to read a manga, something that I did a lot. And what I would do is, I would read until I physically, literally no longer could anymore. Where only when my eyes truly start closing, when I'm like, whoop, nodding off, only then would I turn off whatever I was using and sleep, right? And that was just kind of normal for me. Like that's just kind of what I did. To sum it up, you eat yourself out of Anhedonia. 8 supplements and sleep. Those 3, I think. In my case. But to speak on the sleep, I would just kind of entertain myself until I fell asleep. I would never, you would never catch me with like an empty thoughts kind of happening. Like sitting with my thoughts, I could never. You know, I would just always kind of consume something. You know? And I feel like that's very common these days. Where it's like, most people don't really tolerate silence or boredom very well anymore. Where it's like, if there's silence, okay, then I'm gonna put on a podcast. If I'm laying in bed trying to fall asleep, oh, I don't fall asleep instantly, so I have to stimulate myself until I fall asleep. And there's almost like an unease that I associate with not being constantly stimulated by something. And when I realized that it was affecting my sleep pretty bad. Again, I mentioned earlier, right, that I could sleep 10 hours easily and not feel rested. I could sleep really long and I would wake up tired. And I didn't understand why. And then I looked into it a little bit, and some suggestions came up and I was like, okay, can't hurt to try, right? It can't hurt to try. So I made some changes to the way I behave around like bedtime, sort of. One of the changes I made is I started wearing this. And this is a really old Apple Watch that I had back in my referee days. That's when I bought it, because when I was a ref, I needed to have a watch on stage, right? Because like we would work a lot on timing. Be like, okay, now next game starts in so many minutes, blah 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 blah. Have to rush the players, blah 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 blah. So a lot of things were related to time, and the other referees used to use this as a walkie-talkie. Like we were like fucking around, and if you have an Apple Watch, you can like walkie-talkie with one another. So I ended up getting an Apple Watch back in the day, and then when I stopped working at Riot, I stopped using it and I just kind of stored it away. And then one day I was just like, oh, it has like a sleep tracker. I could try it out, right? So I wore it a couple nights, and turns out I was getting incredibly little deep sleep. Like 10 minutes of deep sleep every night in 10 hours of sleep. 10 hours of sleep, 10 minutes deep sleep. That's, in case you don't know, that's really bad. That's very low. Chat, are you guys familiar with how the sleeping cycles work, or should I give you a small explanation to kind of make sense of it? I guess it would be smart to explain a little bit. So basically, I think most people know there are 3 sleep cycles. It's the REM sleep, the core sleep, and the deep sleep. You probably know that REM sleep is the sleep where you dream, where your eyes like move rapidly and stuff. I actually don't know what core sleep is for. Let's see. What is core sleep for? Core sleep is the most restorative part of sleep. No, that's not what I mean. Oh. Essentially a physical repair. I don't think... Hold on. So basically, the REM sleep stage of your sleep, again, you will cycle through the stages multiple times during a night's sleep. You will have multiple REMs, multiple core sleep cycles, and multiple deep sleep cycles. During the REM stage of sleep, you dream and you kind of process your day. So it's kind of a cognitive part of sleeping. Then during core sleep and deep sleep, your body will restore like physical things, flush out toxins, restore hormones. Men, I believe, only restore hormones in their, like testosterone, in their sleep. Is that true? Wait, no. Is that? I think that might not be true. Chat, you guys probably know. How does it work with testosterone? I think you wake up with like peak testosterone and then it dips during the day. And I believe it goes back up in the evening. Or something like that. But then I think for women, they only restore their hormones in sleep. And can... something like that. In any case, doesn't really matter. For what I'm trying to explain anyway. But deep sleep is the part of sleep where your body goes into like extreme relaxation. So your muscles relax and your body temperature drops a lot. Your brain waves slow down a lot, and it's very, very difficult to wake up somebody that is in deep sleep. And it's very important for like obviously recovering, but also for boosting your immune system and just generally also like for memory and such. Maybe that's why I have bad memory. But deep sleep is very important, and deep sleep usually happens during the first half of your total sleep. And my deep sleep was really, really low. I believe you want to aim for like 10% of your total sleep time being deep sleep or something like that, or like 15. But mine was always around the 10-15 minute mark in an entire night of sleep, which again, sometimes I sleep 10 hours. Slept. I don't sleep so long anymore, but during that time, I would sleep very long. And then I was like, okay, how do I increase my deep sleep? That was basically my goal. How do I fix my deep sleep? Because again, for me, my immune system is a pretty big concern because of my autoimmune diseases. And deep sleep is like very important for your immune system and inflammation and such. So I was like, okay. And then I wrote down things that people advise when it comes to deep sleep. One of the things is having good magnesium levels. You might have enough from your nutrition, but I was deficient, so I started supplementing magnesium. Another thing that really, really helped me is designating the bed as a place to sleep. I know that sounds silly, right? That sounds kind of stupid. Of course, like your bed is the place you sleep, but the bed is the place I scroll. The bed is the place I read. The bed is the place I watch videos. It's the place where I'm engaged and has been for a long time. And sometimes when I would read something that's very interesting, I would stay up until 6 because it was like keeping me so entertained and engaged, and I wanted to continue reading, right? So it's really messed with my sleep. And of course, like the blue light from screens also messes with your melatonin production, so it's again harder to sleep. And I started like including habits that kind of minimize how do you say that? Chat, how do you say it? That minimize you spam melatonin. Oh, you take it as a supplement? Yeah, I guess you can do that too. But yeah, minimize arousal. Is that a good word? Like when you, for me, when I scroll Twitter, for example, especially for you page, and you see like certain like stressful things, like whatever, like some countries exploding, whatever, like you always feel like a little bit of arousal, right? Like a little bit of like, even if it's a tiny feeling, it's like still kind of. And you guys know what kind of arousal I'm talking about, right? Like, let's not make this weird, okay? But There's probably a better word for what I'm trying to say, but I think that word works pretty good. So I think that kind of minimize cortisol. Yeah, you know, the thing is, like, cortisol, I feel like it's kind of a little bit demonized, right? Because it's like associated with stress hormone, but stress can be good, right? Like, for example, when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol is supposed to spike so you feel energetic and you get out of bed. Like, that's the whole fucking point, right? Like, when you wake up in the morning and you feel no energy, it's because your cortisol like all out of whack, basically. Yeah, I basically reduce like arousal before bed, so I try to do calming things rather than things that kind of excite me or irritate me or upset me or anything like that. So I do relaxing activities like knitting. Like I said, I started knitting. Or I still read a book. Like, sometimes I just really like manga before bed. I just like doing it. But the only thing I changed is that instead of reading it in bed, I have a pillow fortress, okay, Chad? I know, maybe I'm too old for a pillow fort. I have a pillow fort, okay? So I will go to my pillow fort. I can show it to you sometime, actually. We can maybe stream from there or something. But I have a little pillow fort, and that's where I usually go before I go sleep. So I sit there and I either read or I knit, or I just spend like an hour or so before I intend to go to bed in my pillow fort, okay? And then by the time I get to bed, chat, I'm so fucking ready to sleep. I lay down, I close my eyes, I'm asleep within 5 minutes max. It's insane. And fun fact, my deep sleep, you guys wanna guess how much deep sleep I get every night now? Wanna guess? Because it's insane to me. I went from 10 minutes of deep sleep every night to 50 minutes on average. I 5x the shit out of it. 5x! What? 50 minutes. 2 hours, 3 hours is really high, I think. I think that's not common to have it that high. And I also started sleeping a lot less, by the way. I had this thing where I would sleep a lot and feel tired. Now I sleep significantly less. Like, last night I slept 6 hours, which is kind of less than I would like. But on average I sleep like 7 or 8. And I wake up rested. It sounds ridiculous, but it's like so unusual for me that I wake up and I feel good and feel like I can actually do something right away as I wake up. So yeah, I guess I've been kind of working on myself a lot in the last 4 months, and because of it I've been feeling a lot better, and because of me feeling a lot better, I think I can be a lot more fun for you. So that's nice, hopefully. And I feel like I can be genuine on stream. And a big thing for me has always been that I never liked streaming if I didn't feel good, because I felt like I didn't want to put on like some sort of like fake thing where it was like, oh, I have to be like cheerful and have a good time and whatever. I didn't really like that, so I ended up just streaming very little because I just didn't feel very good. But now I can actually gesture max for you, because now I feel good. So in summary, what helped is that everything except sleep should be done everywhere else. Yes, I think so. So for me, for sleep specifically, what I think helped me is only sleep in bed. So I don't read in bed, I don't scroll in bed. The only thing I sometimes still do in bed, but not around bedtime, but sometimes I have my TV over there. So when I want to watch TV, I'll like lounge on the bed basically during the day, which I would ideally also prefer not to do, but I don't really have a choice at the moment for that. But I only sleep in bed, and one thing I really started doing is another pro tip, okay? Pro tip. Do you guys shower in the morning or evening, usually? Me, I used to be somebody that showers after waking up. I used to be like a morning shower. Evening. Okay, many of you in the evening, okay. Like for me, it was kind of an attempt to wake up. So I would shower in the morning. Or midday sometimes, like before streams and stuff. But nowadays, I started showering before bed. And the reason being, one, first when I started was because, oh, I want to try to avoid screens, right? But I need to do something to kill my time because I couldn't possibly just like do nothing without a screen, right? So it's like, okay, can't have a screen in the shower, so I'm gonna start showering in the evening. And something I discovered about showering in the evening is that your body, when you fall asleep, right, your body temperature drops. And generally it's recommended to sleep in a somewhat cool room. It's not supposed to be like too warm for better sleep. And a drop in body temperature makes you sleepy. So if you have a warm shower and then after the shower you shower off, like not cold, like not cold, but let's say you shower at 38 degrees, like if you have one of those like little shower heads that actually show how hot the water is. I usually shower at around 38, and then after a shower I will shower off at 30, and 30 is like not ice cold, it's still kind of comfy, but it's colder. And when you shower off, that kind of signals to your brain, oh, okay, our body temperature is dropping. Oh, maybe we're ready to sleep. And that has been working really well for me for sort of, it's like a little hack, I guess. And then, was there anything else? I think those are the main things. The magnesium, I guess. I think that really helps with sleep as well. Did I do any? Honestly, in terms of sleeping, I didn't make that many changes, but I feel like the biggest impact change was just not having screens in bed. That was by far the biggest impact. I feel like as soon as I stopped doing that, my sleep quality instantly went up a lot. And I genuinely wake up rested. I wake up feeling good. Which again, kind of new for me, okay? Kind of new. Right now my shower is at 2 minutes long at max temperature and then I lose hot water? What the fuck? That sounds terrible. I hope you get it fixed soon. Showering in the morning only is crazy. It brings all the dirt and stuff after a long day in bed. Well, I don't go outside, so I don't carry a lot of dirt. You know? Like if I had a strong like workout or something and was like really sweaty and dirty, then yeah, but... Hello, what's up? But yeah, you know, having been somebody that was in the gaming space for such a long time, I know that the way I did things is very, very common in this space, right? Like many people have those habits too. So that's why I think it's maybe good to talk about that as well. Because like very small changes have a can have a very, very strong impact on how you feel. Oh my god, is the static thing still there? Stop. Okay, maybe let's see, is the static gone? I'll just shift around some devices. Maybe moving them helps. Is it gone now? I moved some of my tech static ASMR. No. Is it better now? Phone close to mic? Well, not close, but I'll put it away just in case. You still hear it? Okay, then I really don't know what could be causing it. I don't even know like if it's the mic or maybe my coaxial broke or something. My cable. But check what? What about it? If it's touching something, you mean? Oh, did I just pull out something? There's static on my left here. Why left? I felt when you bent down it got worse. I was just plugging the cable harder. Maybe I need to like unplug it and blow into it or something, but I'm not gonna do that now, obviously. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I need to replace this? Well, I don't know, Chan. I don't know how to fix it. I don't hear it either. I don't know. But in any case, I was gonna wrap up anyway, I think. Right? Am I forgetting something? I mean, there's still like a lot of stuff, but I guess that's more so, you know, it's not for dedicated sessions. But today our talk was on health, breathing for some reason. Only left side. Yeah, I really don't know why. Really don't know. Does it go away, or is it like always there? I'm glad you're okay. Yeah. I'm very okay. Yes. But yeah, moving forwards. I know I mentioned this at the start of the stream, but I am going to stream again regularly. Regularly being probably starting with around like 3 times a week first, and then we'll see. So I'll always let you know like one stream ahead of time when the next stream will be. And then should there be any changes, I'll announce on Discord, so you can stay in the loop if you would like. Speaking of Discord, I reworked my entire Discord. I think I made it really cute and cozy. So if you guys like and you haven't joined yet, you're very welcome to join. That's basically the best place to stay up to date with everything, and I'm active on there as well. So sometimes you can chat to me there, I suppose. Yeah. And then in terms of like the VTubing stuff, that's like for now paused, because I don't want to pressure myself into it, just because I feel like, oh, I have to. I want it to be a passion project. I want to do it with passion, you know, not because I want to rush it or anything like that. So for now, we're chilling on that. I'll stream with camera. We'll do some gaming, obviously. We'll do some chatting, we'll do some reacting, we'll do some IRLing, we might do some cooking if you guys like. I can show you the freaky things I've been cooking now that I cannot eat a lot of things. We can go to our pillow fort, we can do some knitting. Yeah. Oh, actually, one thing I wanted to talk about as well, that I didn't touch on yet. Was you know, with my whole like reflecting journey and thinking about a lot of things, I kind of had a little bit of a realization. So I've been streaming for a long time, okay? I started streaming 10 years ago, pretty much. And in those 10 years, I feel like the streaming landscape has changed quite a lot, has it not? Like things are quite different now. Twitch is very different now than what it used to be when I first started. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like I feel like I'm turning into this like old geezer. It goes like, back then things used to be better, you know? I feel like now it's I like it less. I feel less at home in a way. With the way these websites are evolving. I don't know. I feel like there's like a very clear new meta when it comes to streaming. Obviously, depending on like which streaming spaces you're talking about, right? Because there's like different communities and stuff. But I feel like there's like the way the streaming space, specifically Twitch, is perceived. Back then was like more like, oh, this is a gaming site, right? But there's a bunch of nerds and like League of Legends people streaming games, right? That's what it was at first, which is also when I started streaming. And then eventually the IRL chatting thing established itself a little bit more, which as a very professional yapper, I do enjoy that part. I do like just talking, because I have a hard time like focusing on a game and being able to have a full conversation. I like that too. But then nowadays it's also like there's this IRL plus, like just chatting plus, where it's a lot of streamers have like humongous events. Every stream is like some big, like, I'm going to an island, which is really cool from a viewer POV, right? But I feel like it's becoming like a little bit kind of reality TV, you know? Like, I feel like it's almost turning into, well, TV. And production quality goes up by a lot of streams where they have like a camera crew, they have so many people around them. I feel like, for me, I can see why people like it. But I personally, just in my private time, I don't really watch it. Like, but it's fine. Like, I don't have to, right? Not everything is for everyone. But for me, I always liked the kind of scuffedness of streams. You know, having like the Tyler 1 vibe, you know? Where it's like shitty camera, a guy, Logitech headphone, screaming, you know? Like, where it feels like more personal and more taking advantage of the fact that it is a live stream, you know? And there are people there live interacting with you, and you can kind of talk to one another. Because, of course, if a stream is like really large, just reasonably the streamer can't really talk the same way a smaller streamer can with their chat, right? But then nowadays there are so many streams where it's really just like a TV show, and the chatters are just like 6-7, you know. Yeah, I guess both things can exist at once. But I do feel like the second is kind of starting to overshadow the first, you know? Where it's like, oh, this is not so much a gaming site anymore. In the wide perception, because the gaming part of it is not the mainstream part of it, you know? The mainstream part of it is like stuff like what Speed does or Kaisenat did. Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Feels weird having camera crews. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of, I don't know if I would say it feels weird. I feel like it just feels less personal. I think that's what it is. And I kind of, for me, the appeal in streams often lies in being quite personal. And being able to speak to people and interact with the streamer viewer. Will you participate in the 6-7 challenge? I don't know. I saw people do it. I don't know if I would be good at it. I think I wouldn't be very good. Is there like a strategy to it? It feels like I'm like jiggling titties. I don't know. Maybe? But I feel like that's already old news, no? That's like not even the current trend anymore, is it? I like the old format because there's more interaction, it feels more human. Yeah, again, I feel like there's appeal in both, I suppose. There's also like this current whole discourse about like co-streaming. I think that started like today, right? Where what was it? FlyQuest made a video on Kidrel. And like I didn't see the video. I was thinking we could watch it on stream together maybe, but I don't know. If we want to do that. But yeah, I saw a lot of people in my like following, the people that I follow, talk about it. How co-streaming, like basically the whole discussion of is co-streaming the reason esports, specifically League of Legends esports, is dying or something. Personally, I think that's a little bit of a silly statement. But I'm also not very well read on it. So I would have to gather more information before making up my mind on anything. But it is true that viewership has been declining from what I can see. And I think many people can see. But then co-streamers, notably Kidra, for example, who's a really large streamer, right? Get very good viewership when watching well, esports and such. Would it be good if gaming streams are mega mainstream? I feel like having a niche is so nice because it can be your own little corner. Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be mega mainstream. No, I don't think that's what I was trying to get at. I think for me it was more so the fact that the association of what Twitch is specifically, I feel like it's changing. You know? I feel like it doesn't feel as much of a space for gamers as it did. You know? Viewership is multiplied higher than ever with co-streams. Oh, is it? Yeah, see, that's what I meant with, I'm not very, very well read on these things. I'm just basically repeating what I read on Twitter when people were discussing. I think what the point was basically this is that the actual broadcast, like the original broadcast, has low numbers, while co-streamers have really large numbers, and then somebody is bringing up the point that co-streamers are like cannibalizing the... But I don't know. I think it came up with how basically when Kadriel streams, again Kadriel being the example, he has really high numbers, but then sometimes he doesn't stream, right? Like LEC or whatever, he might not stream it. And then people were pointing out how whichever numbers he was gonna have didn't bleed back into the broadcast, basically. So the broadcast was original broadcast. Was sitting at lower numbers than people would like. I mean, when I was very invested in esports, which I used to be very, very passionate about League of Legends esports, as you might recall. But then Anhedonia came around, and I stopped feeling passion for it and all other things. But during the time I was very passionate about it, to me personally, it felt like peak. It felt like peak league. I don't know if statistically that is true or not, but when I was very invested, the LEC broadcast used to have like 100,000+ viewers on average, right? Like, it was kind of disappointing if it didn't have that. But yeah. But yes, it is true, people did scatter, so I don't know how the numbers would pan out if you do combine them, like count them up. I mean, I watch Kadriel too. Like, I also click on Kadriel instead of the official stream. Like, something about just having like a little reactor goblin in the corner is just nice, you know? Like, it was just a little... He just reacts with you, and then he like sometimes says something smart. You know, kind of nice. But yeah, I'm gonna dip back into League of Legends shortly. Again on Tuesday. Fair warning, I have not been playing actively in years, and I haven't played at all in 4 months. So. I mean, that should be pretty funny, I think. That should be pretty funny, watch, maybe. Tempted to play again too now. Maybe, chat, should I do like a little practice round or something tomorrow? Before I stream, or should I just go in like, you know, unprepared? Or should I, maybe I should like at least get used to my settings or something? Straight to ranked, oh my god, I might. I mean, that would be a funny way to like track it, wouldn't it? You know, I used to always have pretty bad ranked anxiety, actually. I always felt anxious about playing ranked. And then like, you know, WAC, wait, is that coming soon? Is that out? It's not out yet, is it? Infamous Copy Duo? Wait, hold on, what? Are you offering? But yeah, ranked tended to make me quite anxious, and I was always the type to not play a lot of ranked games because it made me anxious. So in a season I would play like what, 200 games or something, which sounds like a lot, but I think it's very little for the people that do play ranked games. That much quicker, so careful with anxiety. Oh shit, okay. Good to know. Yeah, I'm actually not familiar at all with like the state of the game at the moment. No idea. But you know, I've been seeing like clips, and every time I see a clip, I'm just like, oh, I'm getting like a little bit of the itch, you know. I'm getting a little bit of the itch. So yeah. I mean, we'll see. I figured it would be like an easy thing to sort of start off with. Now that we're back to streaming, we can do a little bit of League of Legends and then see where we go from there. If I become addicted to League of Legends again, that might be the new me. Or maybe not, and maybe we play some other games. I would really love to play the new Resident Evil, but I feel like I kind of missed out on that a little bit, because now that's been like out for a while, right? Yeah. Did you get into Ripon? No, not at all actually. But I know it's very popular. What about Crimson Desert? I don't know, somehow it doesn't really appeal to me. I know Wicked likes it. I don't know if he's still in chat, but I saw him speak. Yeah, praise it. But yeah, I mean there are so many games that are waiting to be played. So I'm sure we will not run out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching League of Legends. Do you guys still watch League? What about Claire of Sker? I still want to play that one too. Yeah, I haven't played it. I've been kind of waiting to like stream it, so I haven't even touched it. Aram Mayhem. Yeah, see, I never liked Aram. I never played Aram. I also always felt like streaming Aram was kind of weird. I don't know. I was always the type, like, I project a little bit, you know? I project the way I like to watch streams and assume that's how other people like to watch streams. Like, I don't watch people playing Aram, but I like watching people play ranked. Am I being like a little bit prejudiced when I make that assumption? Can you put your hair into what? The anime MILF stance again. What? Ban. Chat, ban him! Get him! Get him! Mods! Get him! Yes, something about Aram was just like not so fun to watch for me. It's just like there's no stakes, you know? I like to see streamers play with stakes. Where it's like, okay, they will either be very happy or very upset, and it's just something about it, you know? But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I actually cannot yet predict how mentally resilient I'm going to be. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a Toro tilting. Who knows? I suppose we're going to see. Can I sneak the cat? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you don't see her. Thank you. If I pick her up, she's gonna be mad. You guys know she doesn't like being picked up. But I could try anyway. Hey! Come here! Come here! No! No, she always floops down. And you can't see her, but she's flat on the ground. And when I try to pick her up, she just like flops over and plays dead. Basically. I got you. I got you. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I know, Momo. I know you don't like being held. I know. Oh. Isn't she like the grumpiest looking cat you've ever seen? Yo, grumpy. Yeah, some I don't know why. Why does my cat not like to be held? Why? Hey. Okay, Momo, jump. Jump. Hey, no, jump up here. Okay, she's just chewing the cable at the bottom. Momo, jump. Okay, she won't do it. How old again? Momo is, how old are you, Momo? You are 5. She's turning 5 in August. She's 4 right now. I remember them still being so small. Yeah, I did like a stream when they were kittens. I actually rewatched that stream some time ago, like not too long ago. I was like, oh, they're so cute, so cute. But they're still very cute, in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, chat. I think that's kind of it for today. I think I ran out of yap. I think. Oh wait, one thing I forgot to mention, chat. I'm taming a dove. I'm on step 2 of befriending a dove. There's this dove couple. In case you didn't know, doves, they mate for life, okay? So there's this pair of doves, pigeons, and they started building a nest on the house I live in, at the side of the house. And in the mornings, over there, my kitchen is over there, and in the kitchen there's like a big window, and the sun hits through that window in the morning. So usually I spend my mornings in the kitchen. So I have like breakfast and maybe on my laptop or something. And across my window is like a street lamp. And the pigeon recently was building its nest. So it was like flying from the trees across, was picking little twigs, and was flying past my window, like really, really close, and building its nest, right? On the side of the house next to the kitchen window, like right there basically. And as I sit there a lot, I was watching that pigeon a lot. Like I was really just observing it a lot. And at some point the pigeon started sitting on this street lamp that is across from my window, and it would look at me, and it like kind of like 5 meters away, well maybe like 10, let's say 7 meters, and it just looks at me and just goes like, and we kind of started vibing, I think. So now every morning that pigeon sits on that lamp, and we look at each other and we're just kind of chilling, like we're just kind of hanging out. And I started giving it like little sunflower seeds and stuff. So I'm taming it. I'm working on it. We're not quite there yet, but I think I'm about to have a pet pigeon, if I'm patient. The cats don't attack the pigeons. Well, the cats are inside, the pigeon's outside. So no, they don't. Can you offer cat food? Oh, I wonder, would it use cat food? For the nest, you mean? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, that's another project I'm working on, my pigeon project. By the way, chat, I love pigeon. If you say anything like bad about pigeons, I'm gonna ban you. If you call them a rat of the sky or something, I'm gonna get mad at you. I really, really like pigeons. I feel like they have such a like undeserved bad reputation. They're very, very smart birds. They have very good memory. They can see very well. Did you know they have like a almost close to 360-degree vision? They can see like 340 degrees. So yeah, pigeons are cool. They are also really good at reading faces. Also, pigeons pass the test of recognizing themselves in the mirror, by the way, which not many animals pass, but pigeons passed it. So yeah, pigeons are cool. And rats are cute. That's true. Rats are cute too, actually. I also love rats. I would love to have a pet rat, but I can't because I have cats. I know someone with a pigeon. That's right. That's really cool. I recently found out that Mike Tyson loves pigeons. That he has like a lot of pigeons. But yeah, I've been vibing with a pigeon. And hopefully in the future I can tell, maybe I can show the pigeon one day. I'll just bring it and go, look, guys, my pigeon. I caught it. Laura's going to have a baby. I know. Yeah, I know. What's even crazier is that it's with autoimmune. When did that happen? What? But no, I'm really happy for them. I always really liked Odo. We always got along really well. Odo has been over to my place when I used to live in Berlin. What was it again? Why did he come over? Like he came over with his ex-girlfriends? I don't remember anymore. But we were like hanging out in my room. Just kind of vibing. Don't remember anymore why. And during that day I was also like, I didn't bother like putting on makeup. I think I jump scared him a little bit. I don't think he expected that. But yeah. Okay. It's gotten dark. it's bedtime soon. I'm gonna go work on my app a little bit more, I think. Yes, Graham, that's correct. You know, now that I'm mentally stable, I'm about to unleash my full potential. My 134 IQ potential. Wait, was it 37? Was it 34? I don't remember. I'm about to unleash it. I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna become superhuman. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been really fun. I missed it. It's been fun. I miss streaming. I'm really excited for the next stream. Even though I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared to play the League. I'm scared to play League. But it's okay, I'm also excited to play League. But yeah, thank you all so much for subscribing. Even if I didn't call out everyone, I saw everyone. Saw every single name. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up, hanging out. If you'd like and you haven't joined my Discord yet, please join. It's very cozy, I think. I'm very proud of how I set it up. And yeah, if you're not following my stream, please follow. I have been multi-streaming today to Twitter and YouTube as well. So if you guys want to see the VOD of this stream is going to be on my YouTube channel, which is YuliEXE. So you can find me on there as well. Yeah. So off to good days, right? Off to a strong future. I'm excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? She already played? No, not today. Oh wait, who are you talking about? What? She never runs out of yab? If you're talking about me, I had yab build up in me for 4 months. Like, I only unleashed like 2%. There's only this little of the yab that I have in me. But yeah, you know, in the future we can talk about more like, you know, time sensitive things. Like we can talk about the Sekuno drama. Actually, I don't know if I want to talk about drama. I don't even know how I feel about these things. I don't even know. I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm not qualified to have a strong opinion on these things. How Dwayne? But yeah, we can discuss it. We don't have to have a strong opinion on something to talk about it, right? So yeah. Are you going to play League of Legends again? Yes, but not today. On Tuesday. Tuesday, same time as today. Ish. I'll let you know on Discord when exactly, but yeah. Ish. We're all allowed an opinion anyway, I guess. Yeah, but I feel like when speaking on kind of these, like let's say, sensitive topics or like drama topics or whatever, I feel like my opinion changes based on the information I learn, you know? Like I might have one opinion at the start of like, oh, okay, I read this doc. Oi. One sec. I think certain someone has food poisoning by the sound of it. Okay, I'm gonna head out for now. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, I hope. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll go make sure everything's alright. Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join the Discord. If you like, of course. Yeah. See you Tuesday. Oh wait, I should host somebody. I want to start hosting people. Who do we host, chat? Thanks for comfy stream. Thank you too. I also had fun. Well, I hope you had fun. Okay, let me try and see who I want to host. Oh, actually, I've been liking Tenchi, so I'll host Tenchi, okay? I'm sure you guys like Tenchi too, right? Okay, off to Tenchi go! Tenchi is fun. I really like her clips. I get a lot of her clips on my YouTube when I watch. But yeah, you guys probably know her. If you don't know her, check her out. She's really cool. Okay. Till Tuesday. Bye.